How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is the third post-episode live stream. How is everybody doing out there tonight? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Let's see. Just finishing up a couple last-minute things, kind of off the normal schedule and routine for live streams, so not used to starting this late, but it is okay. Let's go through the chat real quick, because I do see several people out there. We've got Life Games. Ooh, Salve. Sorry, Life Game, I have no idea what that is, but I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Custom, hey, how's it going? I guess I'm early. Just a couple minutes early, but that's okay. Hope you're having a fantastic day there, Custom. Life Game also saying some more words that I have no idea what they mean. So, again, I apologize, bud, but like I said, hope you're having a fantastic night so far. Levi, hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day. How did your appointment on Monday go? It went good. The little one, we took in the little one to see the doctor, and she basically had the remnants of a cold and all that stuff. But other than that, they just put her on some kind of ointment for little rash that she's got. But other than that, she's doing just fine. Just fine. So they said that it might have been like the remnants of a cold mixed in with some allergies because of the whole pollen that's just been going absolutely berserk down here in Florida. But other than that, no, everything's going fantastic. Let's see. Custom says, sorry, I speak English. I don't know what you're saying. Yeah, I'm right there with you, bud. Levi says he's speaking Spanish. Oh, so I know just enough Spanish to get myself into big time trouble. So I am not even going to fathom a guess at that. I took, 2 years of Spanish in high school? That was well over 20 years ago. I graduated in 2002. So, wow, over 20 years ago. Whew, almost 22 years ago. So, yeah, one of those that has long since left my brain. Custom says, oh. Levi says, I think. And Custom says, hi, BDD. All right, we are caught up with the chat. If you're out there in the chat and you haven't said anything, go ahead and say something. Let me know that you're out there, because unfortunately, YouTube has no roll call system or anything along those lines. So if you're out there, I don't know you're there unless you're talking. So let me know with a hi or something. Levi says, Life Game Hola, ¿cómo está? Oh, to speak Espanol. Yeah, Levi, you are further along than I am there, bud. I have no idea. I think that's supposed to be ¿Cómo estás? I think that's how are you? Do you speak English or do you speak Spanish? I'm only in elementary. Gotcha. Yeah, I am absolutely just, like I said, most of it I have completely gone out the wayside. I know, like, the absolute bare bones basic, donde el baño, where's the bathroom, que tiempo hace, what time is it, just very bare bone rudimentary stuff. Again, enough to get me into trouble. That's about it. Let's see. I said before, let's see, 4 Mexicans and know a little bit of Spanish. You know what? That's nothing wrong with that. One of those where you got to be able to pick up on at least a little bit of the language, so you can, at least somewhat communicate and be able to talk to some people. Let's see. So we're gonna wait about 1, maybe 2 more minutes before we get underway here. We are basically picking up right where we left off with the previous live stream from earlier today. We had completed all the work there at Field 24. We're in the middle of working on Field 34. We might pick up a couple of extra contracts. The planting for Field 24 was cotton. We're planting red beets here. As you can see, we are pretty pretty good chunk of the way through this one. But unfortunately, we need our tractor because I was worried that basically what would happen is that if I saved and exited without collecting the money from the contract from 24 because it was completed, I would basically lose out on the ability to collect on the money. I've had it happen to where sometimes I finish contract, don't collect, save and exit, and then come back into the game, and then all of a sudden just boop, can't collect on it. It's just basically a wash at that point. I spent way too much money to miss out on any of this cash. You figure the first one was like 55,000 or 49,000, I think was the final payout. This one here is 63,000. There's going to be a final payout here, probably around 55 is going to be my guess. I leased the cedar over in the field over there. You can see it. It's somewhere over in that direction. You can barely make it out right over there. And yeah, so we're going to have to actually go back and figure it out. So let's see. Levi says, yep. Custom says, the tractor may be a problem though. Yes, I'm worried that my tractor is not going to work it out. Life Game says, from Brazil. Okay, okay. Out of curiosity, Life Game, what part of Brazil? My wife actually did some mission work down there a long, long time ago, back when she was in high school, and she was... I'm trying to remember where exactly she was around. Oh goodness, that's gonna just drive me nuts. I'm gonna text her and ask her. There we go. We'll see what she says. And then, let's see, Custom says, oh, Brazil, nice, and high five from Levi. All right, so let's go ahead and rock and roll here. So we're going to grab our tractor here. Like I said, if you're out there in the crowd and in the chat, go ahead and give yourself a shout out. Let me know that you're out there, because unfortunately YouTube just doesn't let me know. So we're going to take this tractor here. I know this tractor has the grunt. I know it can pull this set of equipment. Now I don't know, what I don't know is that it's going to pull it well, because the whole kind of transmission issue, because it's a manual transmission, it doesn't want to shift out of first gear when starting up, so it might only get up to 6 miles an hour at absolute best. If that's the case, that's fine. We'll just let the worker kind of do their thing. Okay, so she said that she was in Manaus for 3 weeks on a boat in the Amazon River, and another place she doesn't remember, but Manaus is the one that she remembers. Let's see. Levi says, does anyone have an Xbox? I have an Xbox. Custom says, I do, but I don't play it. That's actually what we're playing on here tonight there, Levi, is we're playing on an Xbox. Can you add me and start playing? Yeah, I can add you a bit later after the stream here. If you take a look, I believe my handle there is BDD Gaming 1. So if you want to send me a friend request, feel free to go ahead and do so. Let's go ahead and just dive on in there. We'll take a shortcut. Alright, so here's the moment of truth. I know that this particular tractor, I know it has the amount of power needed by at least 50 horsepower. But yeah, see? Oh, wait. Oh, look at that. Oh, hot diggity dog. Look at that thing go. It's a pulling and a tugging. Nice. All right, well, if that's the case, then might as well do some additional work here. Let's see, what kind of equipment does give us access to? Really nothing worth Nothing really worth it now, is it? Oh, that's a bummer. Well, so what I can do... Oh, you know what I can do? Ooh, that might not be a bad idea. Let's go ahead and take that. And take that. These are all hay contracts, right? Hay contracts. Ooh, okay. So if that's the case... Ooh, and I missed. So, anybody who's not familiar with this particular mod, this is the Swather. I believe it's by BC Bueller. And this thing is amazing. So, if you take a look at the upper left-hand corner, you'll see my tractor with 2 attachments in front of it. The first attachment, whoops, is the actual conditioner. No, I'm sorry. This one is the mower deck, so you can see I can lift it up and down. This next one is the conditioner. This conditioner, if we take it out, pull ahead, that is essentially a haymaker. It's a tedder. It's a built-in tedder. So very, very nice unit here. So what we can do is we can just use this, make one pass to make our hay, and it keeps it in a nice tight swath. So all in all, very, very nice. It's going to save us a bit of time, I think. We're not going to have to go around and make multiple passes and do everything. We're going to be able to just do it all once. Now, the only bad thing about this particular setup is that you've got the small deck on this. It's not that large. I think it's what... That's not 9 meters, I don't think. Let's see. Where is it? We've got... Oh, there it is. Mowers. No. Headers? No. Oh, where is it? Windrowers? No. Balers? No. Miscellaneous, maybe? No, no. Well, where would it be? Mowers. Mowers. Oh, duh. Yeah, here it is. Okay, yeah, so a little less than 5 meters wide. So it doesn't get you a big, big space there. It's rather limited in space, but one of those where it's not too bad. It's not too bad at the end of the day. But the fact that you can do hay, that you can do the grass and then cut it into hay, all in kind of one go, is a nice little bonus. So all in all, not too shabby. So we've got, let's see. Levi says, "Can you add me?" Yeah, Levi, I'll go ahead and add you after the stream there, bud. Okay. Life Game says, Baim. I am not familiar where that is in Brazil. I have to look that up. But like I was saying earlier, I am not the most worldly of people, so one of those where I basically know where the big kind of thoroughfares are. Let's see, let's go ahead and do this. So you can see we're just making hay in one pass, which is absolutely fantastic. This really cuts down on time, having to kind of, just make one pass instead of one cutting, one hay, one windrow. Like we're getting everything done in one kind of swoop. I'm also trying my best to kind of stay half on the field and half off the field so I can get a little bit of the outer edge, that grass that's kind of just outside of the field, while at the same time being able to, not have it come up and saying, oh, well, you're not on the field, or you're not collecting what you're supposed to be collecting. So all in all, I think this is going to work out well. Let's see. Custom says, And the top tier people. Did I miss something? Sorry, Custom, can you elaborate on what you're saying there? Because I think I probably spoke too much and now I'm just lost. There we go. Saskatchewan, hey, how's it going? On FS22 on PC, my combine header won't turn. I use the manual attached. Oh man, that's a bummer, bud. Yeah, unfortunately I know nothing about the PC mods, so one of those that I am not going to be too terribly much help when it comes to that stuff. I do apologize, but if there's anybody out there who knows about PC mods and the manual attachments, maybe they can help you out in the chat. Let's see. Where's your Facebook logo? Oh, good call there, bud. I appreciate that. Nope, not that one. That one. There we go. Now we're talking. I apologize about that. And thank you, Saskatchewan, for bringing that up. Levi said, just added you. Awesome, bud. Yeah, I'll take a look for it here. Like I said, after stream, be able to complete the ad. So let's go ahead, and I think one more pass ought to do it. That'll give us enough space to where we'll be able to just set the worker off and let them do their thing. And I think what I'm also going to do is I'm going to lease a bit of equipment. I'm going to lease a baler, so that way we can just kind of make this, easy peasy, no worries whatsoever. So there was something I wanted to talk about here on stream. Here lately, because of my social medias and all that stuff, I've been spending more time on social medias. One that I'm kind of, well, not that I'm comfortable with, but just more than I have ever done in the past, significantly more. And I was on there earlier and I saw a commercial. It's actually been on pretty much every single one of my social medias. And this commercial is for a knife sharpener. But this knife sharpener, I believe it's called the Tumbler, but it might as well be called the Digit Loser. Now don't get me wrong, it probably works and it works just fine, but the way my brain works is I see something and I immediately think, what is the worst possible outcome that this device or this thing that I'm using could possibly have on me? And if nobody's familiar with this thing, what this thing is, it's, like I said, it's a knife sharpener, but what it does is it has a magnetic block, and with this magnetic block, what you're supposed to do is connect your knife at a very specific angle. So you get either a block that has a 15-degree bevel on it or 50-degree side on it, and you've got another side of it that has like 20 degrees. And it's got a magnet. So what you do is you attach your little knife to it, and after you attach the knife, what happens is that you take this cylindrical little tube, this tumbler that they call it, and you start running it down the knife with the knife face up. You run it up and down the knife blade, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm looking at that thing and it's like, man, all that would take is one good slip of your hand to just kind of roll off of that little device there for it to, potentially end in disaster. I mean, I've never used it, so I have no idea. That's just something that would worry me by using something like that. It might work fantastic. I have no clue. But I don't know. One of those that I saw that earlier today. I've been seeing it a lot here lately, and just it would really worry me using something like that. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I absolutely have no experience with it. But like I said, it could work amazingly. And it could be one of the safest things out there because you're not actually moving the knife around. You're moving the little grinding wheel. I don't know. It just... Who knows? But one of those that I literally just saw it right before starting the stream here tonight, and it was fresh in my head, and I wanted to talk about it because it's just one of those, like, you don't see those kind of things every single day, those kind of new innovations. I mean, it looks cool. It certainly looks cool. Something that I would, certainly be willing to kind of try out, kind of thing. But I'd be so nervous that, because you're essentially moving your hand along the side of the knife, with this little tumbler wheel, that's grinding the knife edge at the correct bevel. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, that's actually a really cool idea because you always will have the knife at the correct beveling edge, rather than using like a whetstone where you're potentially going in and out of the degree that you need, or any other device there. You might with moving the knife across, you might change the angle every single stroke, kind of thing. So it's one of those, like, it could be fantastic. It could just be my overactive kind of imagination kind of thing. I don't know. I have no clue. But let's see. Saskatchewan says, "What's your dog's name?" Well, Saskatchewan, I have 3 dogs. I've got one who's named Jack. He's the youngest and littlest of the group. We've got Sunshine. She is the middle dog, and we have Cole, who is the older of the 3. And yeah, that's the dogs. Custom says, "That is the same thing I was saying. The 2-tier people are not there, and the links." Oh, gotcha. Yes, okay. Yep. No, I appreciate everybody pointing that out. Yeah, I can just. So before I came on stream here tonight, I recorded a very short update video for the North March Reloaded map, and I must have just completely forgot to turn it back on before coming on stream. Saskatchewan says, what kind of dogs do I have? So Jack, he is he's like a Jack Russell mix, and we got him from my grandfather, or not my grandfather, it was actually my wife's grandfather. He ended up passing, and nobody in the family really wanted to keep him. We were the only ones that people could think of that actually had pets, had dogs specifically. So we ended up, like, basically by default getting another dog. Sunshine, like I said, she's the middle dog. She's a hound dog mix. I think she's what's known as a red tick? I'm not 100% sure the breed, but yeah, she's some kind of hound dog mix. And then Cole, he is a black lab mix. We think he's black lab mixed with Chow Chow. But he's also the one that's starting to get really old and is starting to get extremely aggressive. We're actually supposed to have an appointment for him on Tuesday, but we had Monday. We had an appointment for him on Monday, but we had the doctor's appointment for my daughter open up, so we ended up postponing it for next week. So I think it's next Tuesday when we have his next appointment, and it's supposed to be one of those what do they call it? QOL, quality of life. Because like I said, he's really, really old. We've had him since 2011, and he was a year old then. So he's about 13, 14 years old now. So he's really getting up there. He's still in good shape, but like physically he runs around, he plays and does all that. Well, not really plays much anymore, but he kind of runs around, especially when it's dinner time and he gets excited. He wants to run around and wait for his dinner to get sat down. But he's just getting so aggressive, almost like he's suffering from a type of Alzheimer's, maybe, is kind of what I'm hypothesizing. But I've got to talk to the vet because, it's getting to the point where it's getting dangerous. And having my daughter in the house and my wife, who's now 7 months pregnant, we've got to talk to them and see what we have to do, can do, kind of go from there. I'm not looking forward to it because he's been my buddy since since 2011, like I said. Funny story is actually he really didn't like me when we first got him. He actually didn't like men at all, and we actually kind of found out why later on after the fact during one of his checkups. And you know, he was very standoffish against men, didn't want anything to do with me when we first got him. He only wanted to be around my wife. And it was, you know, about 2 or 3 months that it took before he finally kind of opened up and started really coming around me. And then, you know, then he was my dog. You know, he ended up, you know, always being around me, always wanting, you know, love and hugs from me. And, you know, it was not like anti my wife, but was just enough to where she's like, okay, well, I guess he's your dog now, kind of thing. So all in all, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough next week, because I have a feeling I know what the results are going to be, what the doctor is going to say, what the vet's going to say. I'm just not looking forward to hearing it. So yeah, one of those it's gonna be a rough week next week over here at the Big Daddy Dave household. So definitely gonna be kind of figuring things out as we go, kind of thing. But we'll figure it out. Let's see. Saskatchewan says, I've got 2 dogs, a boy and a girl. What kind do you got there, bud? Custom says, I will later have to ask you about your dog's names. Like in, I will later have to. Oh, gotcha. I have to ask you. yeah. No, I've got a terrible memory myself. One of those that I'm doing as many of those brain builders as I possibly can to try and help it as I get older. But one of those where I just have such a hard time, especially with like minute detail kind of things. I have a real hard time with, you know, retaining those kind of key points and key, you know, information notes, and then just kind of lose it from there. Especially if like my wife's telling me, oh yeah, we're going somewhere in 2 weeks, or we got to go visit the family in 2 weeks, kind of thing. You know, it's one of those that, you know, probably by the end of the day I will forget that she even told me, oh yeah, you know, we're going to see the family in 2 weeks, kind of thing. And it's like, ugh. And then it's like a brand new surprise. It's, you know, it's like, okay, we're going to our sisters, we're going to here, going to there, and and it's one of those, when were you going to tell me? It's like, I told you 2 weeks ago. So fun stuff. Let's see, we've got Will. How's it going? Yo, what up? Will, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. Custom says, my memory is horrible. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Custom. Right there with you. Saskatchewan says, I got my header is working now, and it was manual attached. Nice. Okay, well, good. I'm glad to hear that you got that up and running. Will says, I'm listening to you. Very good, amazing, but weird song. I'm listening to a very good, amazing, but weird. Danza Bodies. It is awesome. Never heard of that one. I'll have to check that one out. Will says, we are all here for you, man. I appreciate it, bud. I really appreciate it. I'm definitely gonna need some support if the worst happens next week with him, because yeah, like I said, he's been in my life since 2011. It's gonna be really rough. Gonna be a really rough little while to, you know, to go through that. That is by far the worst thing about being a pet owner, about being any kind of pet owner. It doesn't matter what kind of owner you are, is that you almost always outlive them, and you always grow accustomed to them. And it's really difficult now to see how much he's changed, how much he kind of just. So a good example of what I'm talking about is yesterday morning. Was it yesterday morning? Might have been the day before. It's about 6 in the morning. My wife, she gets up rather early and she goes out to the gym and does some light workout. Well, she gets up and she gets to try to go walking past him to go to the bathroom, and all of a sudden he just starts growling at her like she doesn't recognize her, like he doesn't recognize her, and she'll have to click on the lights and kind of do all that stuff, and he continues to carry on. So I have to stand up, get in front of him, kind of thing, to allow her to get past, just to offer him enough of a distraction, for him not to really kind of go hog wild. And I mean, there's times where he'll start, baring his teeth, growling, barking, like the whole 9 yards. I actually have a pretty decent scar on the back of my leg from back in November, when he actually got a hold of my leg. He jumped up and wrapped his claws around my leg and scraped going from about right behind the knee all the way down to like mid-calf. Actually, probably below mid-calf, probably halfway down my leg. And yeah, it's a gnarly scar. It goes, probably about 6, 7, 8 inches maybe. And yeah, it's sad. It really sucked. It really sucks to to see him in this state. But I don't know. I just don't know. We've taken to a vet many times. It was mentioned that it might be something like he's in pain or something like that, but I just don't think that's the case. The vet has evaluated him several times leading up to this point. This is just one of those where, now we're taking it up to the next possible level. So it stinks. It just really stinks, especially because of the dynamic of having my 2-year-old in the house. It's just one of those where we can't risk, this going much further. So hopefully we can figure something out to where the worst doesn't happen, but I'm just not sure. Let's see, where was I? Ken, hey, how's it going? Hey people, let's go play. Oh yeah, let's do it. Custom says, I will be right back in 15-20 minutes. All right, Custom, we'll see you then. Saskatchewan says, I got an Antonian Shepherd, and I think that's supposed to be Black Lab. Very nice. Anatolian Shepherd. Okay, nice. Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of the Black Labs, and that's the dog I'm talking about right now. He's that Black Lab mix, and we think he's mixed with the Chow Chow. He's got the black spotted tongue. He's got the big kind of curvy hooked tail. He's a great dog. He's a good boy. He is a good boy. Will says, have you heard of the song Danza Kuduro? No, I've not heard that one. Saskatchewan says, does anyone want to join my server? Baseball starts tomorrow. Nice. Let's see. Will says, have you heard the song Bodies? Let the Bodies hit the floor. Yeah, I've heard that one. It is a mashup of the two. Really? Alright, here, hold on. I'm not gonna play it on stream, but I'm going to let's see. I won't play it on stream, but I will look it up so I can listen to it later. So it's called, what is it called again? It's called, where was it? Danza, there it is. Danza Kuduro. There we go. Alright, I will check that out later. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, right now we are just, chugging along. We've got the mower working overtime here. We've got the cedar across the street. Let's go check them out, by the way. Okay, well, they're doing all right. Let's see, where is sowing? 86. So that means that they are real. Oh, okay, so we got this chunk over here. We got this chunk over here. Oh, thank you, Will. I just saw your message there. Yeah, I'll check that out after stream. Why did not go down? So one thing I can do to kind of make sure that I get the shift right is start with it elevated, turned on, and then just drop it down. And now I can make sure that I'm actually in a higher gear in this tractor. There we go. Now let's go and get this chunk of the field down here, and then we'll finish off over here. Let's see. So, uh-oh. Where? There it is. Alright, where's it gonna... Alright, yeah, there we go. 90, perfect. Alright, a little bit of overlap there, but that's alright. So, yep, alright. So, how are they doing over here? They're doing, yeah, they're doing alright. So, I don't have an, oh wait, I do have another tractor. What is this tractor here? This one, that's the Lintrack. How much power does that Lintrack have? I cannot remember. Was it? Here, let's look up. Nope. Lidner. There it is, Lidner. 136. What kind of power does it take for that quick baler? Oh, perfect. Oh, yes. So we can use that Lidner for the quick baler here. Let's do it. Let's also make sure we get visual assistance. Silage additive tank. Yes, thank you very much. Let's see. Let's do this. Oh, yeah. Nice. So I'll have like 36 extra horsepower to kind of spare, but all in all, it's going to be worth it. Let's see. Oh, wow. So the chat, for some reason, got hung up. I will check that out here in just a second. I'm sorry. I'm not ignoring y'all. Sometimes, so I view the chat in my Streamlabs, and sometimes it just gets hung up. It doesn't like populate the most recent like chat messages for some reason. I don't know why it's been doing that, but I just have to like occasionally hit that refresh button to make sure that I'm getting all the messages. And yeah, the whole bunch just kind of popped up when I did that. So I will see what everyone's saying right now. I'll just fill this up. There we go. All right, now we've got Will saying, I'll send you the song. Awesome. I just sent you the song. Perfect. Thank you. Saskatchewan says, I'm harvesting 216 acres of wheat with the John Deere Combine 6090i series with 40-foot flex drape header on the 32X map on FS22 on PC. Nice, bud. I will... Will, do you want to join my server on Elm Creek, please? Let's see. Will then says the two songs shouldn't go together, but they do. Okay. Like I said, definitely going to have to check that out. Saskatchewan says, do you like Jelly Roll? I do like Jelly Roll. I only just recently, though, started listening to them. Yeah, it was one of those that what was the one song? It was actually my dad, of all people, who turned me on to Jelly Roll. It was the oh my goodness, I think it was called Favor. Yeah, I think it was called Favor. Yeah, really good song. And then I started going down the rabbit hole of all the different songs and whatnot that they had in their repertoire, and yeah, no, it was pretty legit. I'm pretty pleased with it. Let's see. Oh, Dave had a farm. Yeah. And Will had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Custom says, I'm back. Well, welcome back there, Custom. Let's see. So it looks like we're just about finished with the baling over here, so that's good. Go ahead and drop this down. Oh, did I not? Okay. Whew, I got worried there for a second. I wasn't sure if I wasn't going to be able to pick this stuff up because the tractor I have is technically for a different contract, so I wasn't picking it up right away. I got worried. Drop it down. Perfect. Nice thing about this tractor here is that it's got four-wheel steer, so it's going to have a nice nice kind of turning radius. Come on, worker. You can do it. There we go. Zip. So it looks like we're going to have to get this little chunk over here, which is fine. Certainly worse things can happen. All right. Perfect. Look at us go. I tell you what, I do love this quick baler. Oh, so awesome. Especially when you're doing these kind of, quote unquote behind the scenes kind of things. You get the really good kind of, just get the job done kind of thing. There we go. Oh, yeehaw. Let's see. Will says, Saskatchewan, I'm waiting for my new graphics card for my PC. Yeah, so last time I had a really nice gaming computer. I mean, this was quite some time ago. If it kind of gives any kind of context as to how long ago it was back when Portal was a big thing. And actually was a really good game, I must admit. I do enjoy that game. The cake is a lie. Anybody who's played that game knows that reference. It is hilarious. Yes, we need to get this running again. That is a very funny game. For those who haven't played it, I'll give you kind of a little synopsis. So basically what the game is about is you wake up in this kind of chamber, this glass chamber, and you're basically a rat in a maze. You are sent to go through all these various obstacles and all this kind of nonsense. Well, throughout the entirety of the game, you have this computer just sitting there antagonizing you the whole time, just kind of cutting you down and bashing you, saying, oh, well, you'll never figure this out. You're just some silly human kind of thing. And it's all in like a female computer's voice. And she's just sitting there and harassing you and antagonizing you. And I'm not gonna spoil or anything like that, but by the end of it, you are to the point to where you want to destroy her and the vicinity that you're in, and with good cause, kind of thing. So, one of those that it is absolutely hilarious, and the kind of dryness that the computer voice instills onto the kind of dialogue that's being told, it has that really kind of funny, dry humor that's very, very underrated. Like another kind of comedian that I think has that same kind of dry humor would be like a Ryan Reynolds. It's that very similar kind of humor where it's very kind of pointed and with very little, I don't want to say emotion, but very little power behind it, kind of thing. There's a lot of sting with very little said, kind of thing, and it's really, really funny. But by the end of it, you'll find out the cake is a lie. All right, there we go. Now let's cut through here. Oh no, there's a tree there. Let's see, can I sneaky sneak? Sneaky sneak. Alright, now we're going to do the big field right over here. Alright, nice. But yeah, that was one of my faves a long time ago was Portal, just because of how the comedy and how the lines were just delivered. And like I said, with that kind of robotic computer voice, there were times where it was like almost borderline creepy, but at the same time it's like, okay, I'm laughing, but I'm really kind of weirded out at the same time. So this is going to be a big job right here. This particular job with this mower. I mean, we've been using the Krone mower for this one, but we're saving a step because we're not having to make this into hay. We're doing this all in one fell swoop. So, yeah, we're not getting as much done in a single pass, but we are getting 2 job states done in 1 pass. So I think all in all, I think that's okay. I think that's going to work out nicely. Alright, so let's make our way around here again. There was something else I wanted to talk here about on stream, and I cannot remember it. I wanted to talk about the knife sharpener thing, and I wanted to talk about something else. And I cannot remember. Oh my goodness. Like I said, my memory's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Going to be one of those things where I'm going to have to start writing things down. Just bust out my phone every time I have a thought. It's like, ooh, I need to remember that. And just pop it in a note. Sad but true. Sad but true. Alright, we are chugging along. Let's see, how's the... okay, workers doing alright. It looks like they're actually getting ready to finish up. Nice. So I have to make sure I pay attention to the upper screen there and make sure I don't miss out on the notification. Every time I take a drink live on stream now, every time I think of Dust Bunny. Good stuff. I miss Dust Bunny being on streams. She was fun. Let's see. Oh, there's the worker. Now they're done. There we go. Especially whenever we brought up the Steiger. Oh, that was funny. So funny. Oh! There's... Okay, so there... Not the thing I wanted to talk about earlier, but something else I did want to bring up. So I've got some good news for the channel here. Coming up here in the next little while, I should be getting some big additions to this channel. I am so excited to bring these. I'm not going to elaborate, but I think they're going to be, you know, pretty awesome. I'm just so excited. So excited. Something that has been needed to happen for a very long time, just hasn't had the opportunity to come to fruition. So we will we will be seeing those here in the next, my guess is about maybe 2-3 days. Let's see, where is, looks like I need to go over this way. Oh, right there. There it is. There we go. Yep, perfect. Look at that. We're almost done with this field. We are doing so much better than I thought we were going to do on this field. Like, so much better. Look at that, 96%. I'm just chugging along. Love it. Will said, BDD, I sent you some more screenshots. Awesome, bud. Yeah, what I'm gonna do, like I said, is I'm not gonna address screenshots in the middle of a stream anymore, just because of the amount of downtime it takes. But I will make sure that I aggregate them for separate streams going forward into the future. I think that'll be a bit of a better approach rather than trying to do them midstream like yesterday. Let's see, can I get, yep, we're getting into gear now. Let's see, Saskatchewan says 216, 38 fields are huge. Oh yeah, I can only imagine. Let's see, also the 32x maps are huge, might want to use big farming machines. Yeah, oh yeah, I can only imagine the sheer amount of space on one of those maps. It sounds ridiculously huge. Let's see, we're almost... There we go. How's that looking? That's looking good. Oh, so close. 98%. Jody! Hey, how's it going, bud? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. Jody says, how are things going, buddy? Things are going fantastic. We are just about done with this particular contract. We are 99% of the way done. This is the one that has been haunting us over the past, what, 2 streams now? Well, actually, technically 3 streams. Yeah, this is... but you know what? In all fairness, this was made infinitely simpler with the Kinsey multi-fruit planter. This thing is amazing. I love this thing. And there we go. So what I need to do now is take this back to the farm so I can unload all this seed. 22,000 liters of seed. I am not missing out on that. I am not just going to abandon it and let it go. So let's take this back. We'll put it, actually probably, yeah, probably put it all in the silo where we are making TMR. That'd probably be a good place for it. We can use it as storage for those kind of odds and ends, but I'm not going to use it as a production for those odds and ends. I'm not going to use it for seed production. I'm not going to use it for fertilizer production or anything like that. It is only going to be used for for producing TMR. That's the only job that it has. Let's see. Jody says, we almost done planting. Yes, almost done. We are done. Now we're just taking the planter here to the farm. We're going to empty it out. And actually, while the, let's see, we're going to finish making our kind of passes around with the mower. Once we're done with the mower, we're going to go ahead and set the worker off. And then we're going to come back here to the farm because we got tons of stuff that we can do in or here around the farm. Like picking up all the various things to go and sell. Like the honey. We were starting to do that earlier, and it just kind of dawned on me that I kind of trailed off there. So let's put this right there. Look at that. Oh, there's still more. Oh, there's still more. Oh, my. That is a lot of seeds. That is a lot of seeds. Well, and now let's go ahead and get those put back. 56,000. Beauty. Now we're back up over 200K. Let's go ahead and, because now the Lidner took off as part of that the contract we just completed. So let's go ahead and get this back down to the baler. Then we'll pick up on the mowing. We'll get that up and running. And actually, also, boop, pick that one up too. Perfect. Which one was 36? Oh, it's that one right next to 35. Okay, okay. Perfect. So yeah, all in all, I think we're going to be doing fantastic. We're going to make quite a bit of money tonight. We figure what between those two contracts, the two planting contracts we did, was over $100,000 between the two of them. And then with the baling contracts, we've got, what are the payouts for these? We got a $45,000, a $15,000, and $8,000, and we're accepting all the money. So yeah, all in all, we're going to be making quite a bit of cash. So I just got to get this down to the baler right here. There it is. We'll go connect to it. Just like so. Oh, brakes, 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 brakes. There we go. All right. And I got to put the stream on pause. I will be right back. Alright, I am back. Sorry about that. The wife was getting ready to go to bed, so I had to wish her good night. So, let's see. Jody says, it's been a lot better night since I talked to you earlier. Awesome, bud. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Will says, what up, Jody? Jody says, my PS bothered me earlier. Gotcha. PSD bothered me earlier. Gotcha. Let's see. Saskatchewan says, anyone farm in real life? I am a real life farmer. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get that turned off. Let's get back to this. Here we go. Awesome. But yeah, Jody, like I said, I'm glad that talking to you earlier was able to help out there, bud. It's one of those where, you know, when I saw your message, I wanted to make sure I reached back out to you and, you know, see how you're doing. So definitely want to make sure that I can help out in any way that I can, bud. Absolutely. Let's see, we are just chugging along here, making sure that we get the proper space around the outer perimeter here, so that way we can really kind of just go to town on the worker here. I'm thinking 2 full passes should be enough. With how tight the turning radius is on this particular mower, like probably 1 pass would be enough, but I'm just going to play it safe and just do the 2. There we go. Let's see. So while there's kind of a break in the action here, quote unquote, let me go ahead and give a shout out for my PO box here. Gonna be pushing this out over the next several streams probably, and then occasionally from there on out. But just want to make sure that everybody knows that the channel does now have a PO box. So if you want to send it to me or anything for the channel here, go ahead and send it to the following link. It'll be here on screen. PO Box 6136, Hudson, Florida 34674. Like I said, the only thing I ask, if you do send anything to this, please make sure that you include some kind of identification of who this came from, specifically your handle for YouTube, so that way I can give you the proper thank yous for anything that is sent. And I want to make sure that I give a big thank you to anybody who is considering this. I know Custom, you were looking for this not too long ago. I know you were saying that you were having, I think you said you were having issues with the printer. So if you get it up and running, that's fantastic. If not, I completely understand, not a big deal. But there was also several people, and I just want to make sure that I'm putting this out there so that anybody who wants to has the ability to send something to me. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. Oh, and I'm missing a bit. Back up just a little bit. There we go. That should be enough. Nice. Now we're talking. So we're just making our final passes here, our final, outer perimeter, and then we're going to set the worker loose. We're going to go back to the farm. We're going to pick up the honey, the, let's see. We're probably going to have to do a bit of unloading for the cows as well. We're probably going to have to take some more of the TMR from the TMR production and go ahead and load that in there, because that thing is just chugging away. Going to have to take some of the manure from the pit there by the cows and throw that into the one greenhouse so it has food and is able to continue producing fruits and whatnot. Yeah, I mean, we got a fair bit to do today. We got a fair bit to do. So we're just gonna chug along and do it. Let's see. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. I remember now. So, so at the end of the stream earlier today, I had mentioned how the weather had changed for the worse. It started absolutely pouring outside. And anybody who's ever been to Florida and has ever been here during a thunderstorm or during a rainstorm will be fully aware of just how much it can just open up and just absolutely pour. And so much so that down the road from where I live, there's a bit of a valley, and in that valley, if enough rain pours, it just floods instantly because it's just basically a giant bowl at the bottom of this little valley. And we were going to the store. We had to run and grab a couple of things for dinner tonight, and we had decided to head out during the middle of this storm. It was starting, what appeared to be starting to lighten up, but yeah, we were a little bit wrong. But anyways, we had head down the road, and it might have been raining for all of, I don't know, 30 to 35 minutes maybe. The road had already flooded out so badly that you couldn't see any part of the road in this little gully there. So it's like, the one thing that everybody tells you down here is do not drive on something that you can't see. And the reason, especially down here, that they tell you is that everything around here is sand. Everything is built on sand. So the problem is that when you get these floods, oftentimes if the road or anything's weak underneath the road or anything like that, it can open up and create a sinkhole. Well, there's so many times I've seen it personally where people are just driving along, they see, there we go. People are driving along and they see, there's a big old, flood that's happening in the middle of the road, and they just keep driving, and all of a sudden their car just nosedives into, actual wading water. And depending on how deep the sinkhole can be, I mean, you're basically losing your car, and you'll be lucky if you are able to make it out of there, kind of thing. It's incredibly scary. It's incredibly scary. I've seen it numerous times. Like I said, it's one of those never, ever, ever, ever wade out into standing water, especially in a vehicle, because it could be you don't know what's underneath it. Plain and simple, is you don't know if there's even a road underneath. So one of those, rather show up late and still be able to show up, kind of thing. But the last time I saw it, I was actually heading to work, and this is back when I actually worked in an office, way back when. And as I was heading into work, there was a big body of water that was out in the middle of the road, and everybody was merging out into the left lane and kind of zippering down into the left lane. Well, this one person's like, you know what? The right two lanes are wide open. Let me go ahead and just dive on in, so that way I don't have to wait through traffic. And they just start plowing through it, like nobody's business. And all of a sudden, just boosh, look. Well, so it was just wild. It was just absolutely wild. So I tell that story to kind of lead on into the next bit. There, I just kind of went on a tangent there. Anyways, so when we were driving back from the store, we had ended up picking up, all the stuff we wanted for dinner and all that stuff. And it was continuing to pour and continuing to just rain buckets full of water. And so I'm in it's a 3-lane highway, a 3-lane road that I'm on. And as I'm, kind of driving down the middle of the road, everybody around me is going really, really slow and whatnot. And I mean, typically, especially it being like the first major weather event of the year kind of thing, it's one of those where you can kind of expect it to happen. It's not uncommon where people are just going to start driving slow. It's like the first snow up in the north kind of thing. You start driving really slow, and some people, don't take the lesson of, hey, drive more cautious than needed. But anyways, so I'm sitting there and I'm driving, and I'm relatively comfortable with it. So I'm going maybe about 5 under the speed limit, to where everyone's probably going about 20 under the speed limit. So I'm trying to make my way by and do, just get in and out of traffic and all that stuff, because it's building up pretty good. And the person behind me comes flying up. They're probably going about, I don't know,
maybe 5 over the speed limit, but I'm going like 5 under, so they're probably going 10 miles an hour faster than me. They come up behind me, and they see just there's tons of traffic all in front of them. There's nowhere for them to go, and all that stuff. So it's just one of those. They're just stuck behind me. Well, all of a sudden traffic opens up. I'm like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and hop in the lane. Well, as soon as I go to turn on my blinker, they turn on their blinker at literally the same exact time. They might have like beaten me by, I don't know, matter of seconds, just a matter of seconds. And when I go to get over, because I started merging after I signaled and whatnot, and they were not happy that I tried to merge first. And so yeah, one of those where they started letting me know that they were very displeased with what had transpired there. I feel like I should try and rotate these. Is this something? No, it is just too wide. So how about this? How about we... Huh. Ay, ay, ay. This is just... Alright, you know what? Hiya. Hiya. And... Nope, nope. Hiya. There we go. So yeah. Let's, nope, that's not what I meant to do. We're just going to go and get the flat deck trailer. We're going to stop fighting with this thing. I keep trying to use it. I don't know why. But we will put this thing right here because we're going to pick up all this seed later. There we go. Let's go get that flat deck, and then I will catch up with the chat, see what everyone's saying up to this point. So yeah, they were very, very displeased with me, very unhappy, and they were sitting there and they were showing it. And it's like I said, it was one of those where we basically were getting ready to turn on our blinkers and merge basically at the same exact time. It's not like they just hammered the gas and I cut them off kind of thing. It was one of those where, I started merging basically the same time they did. And they're sitting there flashing their lights and they're honking their horn and they're making all sorts of a to-do about it. And it's like, you know what? I'm not going to feel bad. I'm not going to feel bad about that. It'll be one thing if, you were in that lane to begin with and you come flying up and then I merge in front of you kind of thing and inhibit your ability to keep moving kind of thing. But that just wasn't the case. And I don't know. I just don't understand why people just get so impatient when it comes to just driving, trying to get to place to place. It's just wild. I mentioned earlier, it's almost like people think that it's their world. You just should be grateful to exist in it. Oh, come on. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we can get these all stacked up rather nicely. Something like that. There we go. All right, let me catch up with the chat here. So we've got Will says, well, I'm off to bed. To work in the morning. Whoops. Have a good night, everyone. Stay safe. Will, thank you for coming by tonight. Hope you have a fantastic night, and we will see you again next time. Yeah, no, like I was saying, it's just one of those, it's just weird. That kind of almost sense of entitlement, like they have to be somewhere greater than everyone else. I don't know, I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Well, let's see what kind of amount we get here. Oh, come on. There we go. I'm curious on how much has been stored in here because this has just been sitting for a while. And there we go. And one of those where, because it's just been sitting for so long, it's just been storing. And this particular storage unit, I had no idea, like actually holds like literage like out of sight kind of thing. So it's a really nice honey storage because it'll just keep producing, and then all of a sudden you come and move some of the honey pallets and then you got more honey than what you originally thought you had. It's really nice and works really well with the beehives from this same pack. So you can really produce a lot on this pack. There we go. So we are just getting this all up. Let's keep on. How's that field looking? Oh, I mean, that field's going to take a while. That one's definitely going to take a bit. Here we go. Oof. Come on. Feel like I'm kind of drifting there. See, look at this. See how it just keeps producing pallet after pallet after pallet. I mean, we've got, what, a dozen plus pallets so far? And we haven't even taken out one row yet. Like, it's just still just producing. That is the only thing that absolutely drives me nuts about this game is whenever you carry boxes around by hand, you just start levitating for whatever reason. I don't understand it. I don't know why, but it just makes it so much harder to try and stack these boxes up and take them from place to place. Oops. Let's see. Ken says good night to Will. So yeah, we're just going to be chugging along here, getting everything on the pallets or onto this flat deck. Because look at this. I mean, we've got, you know what? Here. 5,600 liters and we're still producing full pallets. Basically went the whole winter and didn't take any of these pallets out. So we're going to make, I think we're going to make a pretty good chunk of money on this. Oh, come on, quick. There we go. There we come on. There we go. Oh my goodness, there's more pallets. Is there an end in sight? Not yet. Holy smokes, come on. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a good problem to have. I don't know why I'm sitting here complaining about it, because this is going to be a pretty decent payout. Ken says, hey to Jody. Let's see. Let's keep on going. Oh my goodness. Holy smokes. So again, we have taken all of these out from just behind the scenes. They just keep populating. We can count one pallet as a visible pallet. 8,000 liters so far has been just sitting there, just generating. 8,000 liters at 400 liters per pallet. That's really good. I mean, I didn't know that this mod did this. See, there's another one. Oh, I thought we might have reached the end of it. Nope. There we go. We found the end. Nice. We did it. We did it. Let's see. Levi says, yo, I'm back. Did you ever add me back? So not yet, but like I said, I'm going to go ahead and do that at the end of the stream. That way I can do several things that are going to need to happen after stream. So one of those that it will happen. I do promise I'll add you. There we go. So we are just stacking all sorts of honey, all sorts. And the reason we're stacking so much honey is because of this back here. All this. It's like 100. I think these are what? Yeah, 132 Langros. Or Langstroths. However that's pronounced. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. That is 264 individual beehives. You figure the base game one is what? 33, I think? 33. So yeah, we've got quite a bit more than what the just one base game unit has. But again, this honey pallet storage, whoa. This might have become my new favorite just because it actually has stores. Like it will hold on to honey behind the scenes. There we go. Next. Oh, no, stop it. There we go. Let's see. Nope, everything's all caught up. Oops. There you go. How is that worker looking? Oof. They have not made a lot of progress, have they? Well, it's just going to take time, I guess. One of those I might lease out some mowing equipment just to help. Well, no, I can't do that. Shoot. If I do that, then I'm going to mess up the hay creation. Nope, stop. There we go.
right, so once we get this all done, this will be a big job out of the way. Oops, oops, oops. Almost made a royal mess of that. All right, we're almost there. We're almost... No, stop, stop. And next. All right, we're almost there. We're almost... Nope, why? No, there we go. All right, 3 more. We'll get the final total, the number of pallets, the number of liters of honey that we will have in this trip. Anybody want to wager a guess what the final final count is going to be? Amount of literage. There we go. Last one. Perfect. All right. 15,326 liters. Wow. Holy smokes. That is... Wow. That is a ton. Oops. Let's see. Luke saying, good stream. Have a good night. All right, Luke. Well, I hope you have yourself a fantastic night, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Let's see. Let's go ahead and try and... Oh, come on now. There we go. There we go. We got it this time. Let's go. All right, where can we sell the honey? Honey. Ooh. So if we put this all onto the train, get $100 per... that's not really going to be worth it. No, let's just take it to the diner. I'll take it to the diner. If you were talking like maybe $500 per 1,000 liters, then I would consider throwing this onto the train. But nah, I don't think that's going to be worth it. Not going to be worth the extra. Ooh, let's not do that. Yeah, don't want to do that whatsoever. Let's keep this under control here. All right, let's take this over, sell this off. We're talking, what are we talking? $1,800 per 1,000 liters. So yeah, we're gonna make a pretty decent profit off of this. I think all in all, this isn't gonna be too bad. And we'll see on the way by what the mower's up to. See how they're doing. I mean, they're not doing too bad. Oh yeah, way out in the distance there is the mower. So that's, oof, that is definitely going to take a while. There we go. So now, If I remember, the restaurant's off to the left. Just cross away from the shop here. Yeah, okay. Yep, I recognize it. It's down this little street right here. And right here. Ooh, okay. 28 grand. I'm paying $600 and almost $30 in environmental penalty. Blech. That just hurts my soul. Oh well. I mean, stinks, but it is what it is. Alright, so at this point, let's take this back. We'll hook up to the trailer. We'll load all the seeds into the kind of storage unit for now. And then we'll just kind of get to work. We'll get to finishing out that contract there. I might... Trying to think of a way that I can do this. Think of a way I can do this on the cheap. Oh, see, but my tractor doesn't have a front 3-point length, so I can't... Darn, I can't utilize the tractor. I would have to lease a tractor, lease mowers, and then have some way to convert it at the same exact time. Alright, let's go ahead and pop this right over here. There we go. Now let's go ahead and load up all the seed. Like I said, we're just going to put it in that little building right there because it'll bare minimum it can hold it. I won't have it produce anything. I won't have it utilize it for anything, but it will just kind of be a good little storage area. And certainly won't have all these pallets just sitting around. There we go. We're just going to keep on loading this up. Let's see. So I've noticed that the chat's gone awfully quiet there. So how is everybody doing out there tonight? Go ahead and get this conversation started here. Who wants to jump in there? Come on. There we go. And for anybody who's in the chat room there, who's hasn't said anything, is just kind of watching. Unfortunately, YouTube does not have any kind of roll call system, so if you don't say anything in chat, I don't know that you're there. So go ahead and give yourself a shout out. Let me know that you're there so we can just chat along. There we go. So we'll load all this up. Be good to go. Oops. All right, 6 more of these. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, so basically we got
almost 3/4 of a trailer load of leftover seeds. Yeah, we went a little overboard when it came to purchasing seeds for those contracts, but I mean, not the worst thing in the world. Let's see, Garrett. How you doing, Garrett? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. LOL, yeah, I was just watching, bud. Work in the morning. How is the Red Barn Pack? Red Barn Pack, I tell you what, is absolutely amazing. I really, really like this pack. But I have suspicions that there's something going on with the cow barn here. It just seems too powerful to me. It just seems like I'm getting way too much in the ways of product. And I wasn't paying close attention, so I'm not 100% certain on this. I skipped ahead a few months. I have 60 cows right now. 60. But in a few months, I have over 50,000 liters of milk. I've got 87,000 liters of slurry, 59,000 liters of manure. Like, I've got so much product from this one cow barn, and it's only been around for like the winter. So it just seems like it's really kind of going nuts. I don't know if that's intentional. I don't know if I'm just kind of overanalyzing it. I'm just not certain. But I mean, outside of that, I think it's a fantastic pack. I think it looks amazing. And it's got so much, kind of connected to it. All these different barns and buildings I have here, with the exception of the house and this building here, have been from the barn pack, the big red barn pack. And yeah, it's a special pack. Like, it's really sharp. Let's see what this will take. Wow, that's taking more than I thought it would. Way more than I thought it would. Well, I might as well top it off. Why not? Garrett says, "Holy smokes, that will keep you busy and does look good." Oh, not only does it look good, but it's very extremely practical. So inside the barn here, open this. You have a bunch of bale storage, room for 300 bales up here. That silo there, I put a silo extension next to it, but it's got storage on both ends of the barn. You got a pass-through storage there, and you got just a little cubby over on this side. The chicken barn is right there. I think there's room for 300 or 400 chickens in there. Got a bale storage over there, a sheep barn over there. I mean, it's an amazing pack. It is amazing, and we're just slowly but surely just building up this area into something special. We ended up blowing out. This is the original kind of building area for, not building area, but the original farm for this map, and we just kind of took it over and made it our own. We blew out everything that was here previously and are now just kind of going from that perspective. So all in all, one of those, I'm very happy with it, but like I said, it just seems like it's almost too powerful, this particular building here. Very possible that I'm wrong, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's go ahead and finish topping that off, because why not? Gonna keep producing oranges and apples and pineapples. There we go. Oh yeah, so what, 25,000 liters is the maximum capacity? Yep, 25,000. Perfect. Alright, let's go dump this back out in there. Let's see. Saskatchewan says, I'm back, just took a shower. It's 9:38 here. Where's Will? Unfortunately, Will had to go for the evening, so he is running off to bed. Our time, it's about 11:40 our time right now, so he's got to be up to work in the morning. And he was up here pretty late the other day on the stream last night, so I can't say as I blame him. So I'll just dump this back in there. There we go. Close enough. Alright, we're going to have to figure out something to do with the milk, something to do with the slurry. We've got tons and tons of slurry, tons of milk. There we go. Let's see, what is this looking like? Pumpkins 3,000, strawberries 4,000. Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad. And what about in here? Okay, so this one's full, but we are producing extras. So what does that look like? Yeah, it's got a fair bit of storage. Not going to be a ton, but it's going to be enough. Let's see. Oh, okay. Does Will live in Florida? No, so he's in New York. So we're in the same time zone. But, yeah, he's in the north. I'm in the south. Let's see. How's this looking? Meh, not that great. Let's see. How are the sheep looking? 100%, 24,000. Yeah, they're whoa, hello. We got some wool. Here, let's do this. Let's slide. Can we slide these? Let's clear out some of these completed pallets. Ooh, you know what we could do? What we could do is take all the bales from here, load it up into the barn there, and then use this as... Oh, wait, this is strictly bale storage. This isn't bale and pallet. Oh, darn it. Well, you know what? Hold on. Hold on. It says bale. But is it really? It's not. 1 pallet of wool. Well, hot diggity dog. Well then, yeah, why wouldn't we do that? Why don't we store all of our palleted goods from the farm in here? At least for now. We'll take our non-palleted goods, our bales, and throw them up in the barn. Oops. Awesome. Awesome. Let's see. Now, how's the chickens looking? How are the eggs? Oh, we got one full pallet. All right, nice. Eggs are not accepted here. Sit on a throne of lies. There we go. All right. Well, let's take out... Oof. Alright, let's go ahead. Nope. Let's see. Saskatchewan says soon the NHL conference playoffs start. Edmonton Oilers are in the playoffs. Ah, yeah, I know. The Wings are... They are on the outside looking in. They were doing really good, but then they just ended up tanking so hard here recently. I'm really hoping that they can kind of turn things back around and, you know, claw their way into the playoffs. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Not too sure. Garrett says, did you put your honey on storage and then went directly to that building you emptied out? No. So that is actually... a honey spawn point right back here. So as the honey is being produced, it's actually spawning here. But for some reason, I didn't know this until recently, this actually acts as a storage for honey as well. So once this is full, it'll continue producing and holding it like in the ether until you actually come by and empty it out. And I don't know what the limit is. I don't know how high this thing goes, kind of thing. So it's a really nice mod. That has officially become my new favorite pallet storage, or honey pallet storage, is because it'll sit there and just keep storing and storing and storing until you don't have any room anymore. Uh-oh. Oh, it's all the same size, so it's going to load it up either way. All right, cool. Cool, cool, cool. I was worried that all of a sudden it was going to not pick it up and I'd have to go run a half empty or half full load. All right, now let's open this up. I think I can just take this up here. Yes. Yeah, check that out. Look at that. You got room for what? 300 bales up here? Which I think is what I have over in the other storage as well. So. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Come on. I wonder. You know what? I think this might be worth getting a lease. Let's see. So this holds 28 bales. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and drop that off. Let's see, bale loaders. How many does this hold? Of course it doesn't tell me. But this would work. This actually would work very nicely. What is that? Again, doesn't tell me how many it loads. Um, 41 bales. Oh, that's all square bales. Darn it. I don't like that most of these don't tell you the size or the number of bales. So this one's 38. This would be 10 additional bales right here. And it's round and square. But for $3,000, when I can get this one here for $1. Oh, and it can do pallets. Ooh. All right, you know what? We'll take the risk. We'll figure out what that does. Let's see. Saskatchewan. Oh, redacted. Edmonton Oilers fans be super loud, crazy. Their stadium will be super full, packed in the playoffs. Why fans in the NHL don't sing very loud like in the playoffs? I think it's just the atmosphere in the playoffs. I mean, people are really kind of into it. The regular season there, it's fun. It's exciting, especially when you're in the arena kind of thing. But it's just one of those where you don't really put much investment into it until like you start to see how the actual playoffs are going to shake out. Like once you start seeing that, well, you're in the playoffs, you're out of the playoffs kind of thing, then you can really get into it. But I mean, the regular season is just to see whether you can get into the playoffs or not. So I don't know. I mean, one of those where at least I know when I was going in Detroit there, I mean, people would go absolutely nuts. there in Detroit. You know, hooting and hollering, having a good old time. Let's see. Garrett says, okay, everybody, have a good night, bedtime, work in the morning. Also, see you next time. All right, Garrett, appreciate you coming out tonight. Hope you have yourself a fantastic night, and we'll see you next time. Saskatchewan says, my favorite movie of all time is Cars Lightning McQueen. Yeah, Cars. That is a good movie. Been a while since I watched it, though. Owen Wilson, I think, was the one who played the main car. Then you had Larry the Cable Guy. He was the Mater. I think it was Mater, wasn't it? Yeah, good movie. Good movie. Let's see. Only watch playoffs only. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where, like I said, it's the playoffs that really matter more than anything. I tend to pay more attention than like the average person. I'll sit there and watch the games and all that stuff, but one of those where I'm really hoping the Wings can make it in the playoffs. That, or if they're not going to make it in the playoffs, I hope they just tank really, really hard, kind of thing, so that they can actually kind of, you know, take advantage of, you know, the draft kind of thing. But it's one of those things that I'd prefer them to win. I'm to the point where I'm done with them losing and not making the playoffs. They were making the playoffs for like 25 plus straight years, you know, in a row. They set a a sports record for the number of playoff appearances, number of consistent playoff appearances, you know, back to back to back kind of thing. And then only here recently where, you know, they started losing. But it's one of those things where, you know, you keep you know, winning and winning and winning. You keep going into the playoffs and you're making runs, making attempts and all that stuff. You know, you keep doing that, you eventually are gonna, you know, deplete your farm system. You're eventually going to make it to where you can't compete, you know, going forward, and you have to go through some really hard times, some real big struggle times, before you can actually start winning again. You know, I mean, Edmonton Oilers are a perfect example there. They had to go through years upon years upon years of losing consistently over and over and over again before they finally started, you know, drafting and getting all those players like the Connor McDavids, like the Leon Draisaitl's, like the Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. They have all these players now that they drafted and that they brought up through their system, that are making the team what they are now. So one of those that you just have to go through the process, have to figure things out, and then once you finally go through the process, then you can, you know, start the winning. Let's do this. There we go. Something like that, maybe. All right, full 38 bales. Okay, nice. So that's actually a really good count. That gives me 10 more bales than the previous trailer that I have. And it's a straight axle, so I'm not going to have to sit there and shimmy around and do all sorts of silly nonsense. There we go. Yeah, look at that. So much easier. Oh, so nice. Okay. Be an Oilers fan, Dave? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Saskatchewan, but that is a firm no. I am a Red Wings fan till probably the day I die, kind of thing. Okay. Did I... happen? Why am I not getting... What happened? Is it that I was in the space, maybe? Hello? I'd like to get my bales out, please. Huh, I wonder if I put these back, or put these in, then become available? Might have to jump out and jump back in, maybe? Let's see. Ken says, I'm thinking about swapping my start tractor to Massey Ferguson. Ooh, nice. How many horsepower does that Massey have there, Ken? Because you got to figure you got to build up for the future kind of thing. So if it doesn't have a decent amount of horsepower, then it might not be worth the investment. Huh. Well, that's definitely weird. All right, well, I guess maybe save and back out, come back in. That's weird. I don't know why it's not allowing me to eject them. Let's see. Saskatchewan says NBA playoffs start later. Yeah, that's the one sport that I'm just not a fan of, like, whatsoever. I don't know. Just one of those, I just never got into it growing up. Yeah, just never really cared for it. I don't know why. I to this day, I cannot put my finger as to why. It just never really was appealing to me. I mean, hockey, absolutely love it. I can watch it, play it, be at the arena and enjoy it. Football, I'm not a huge, super fan. I can watch it sometimes on television. I can certainly be there and have a great time. I used to play it, loved playing it. Same thing with baseball. Baseball I cannot watch on TV. I just can't. I just one of those sports that is just too slow for me, and have a hard time really kind of getting into it. Watching it, the game is a little bit better. Yeah, see, it works now. All right, well, let's pop it out. Let's see, operating position. There we go. Look at that. Now it's working. But yeah, basketball is just one of those sports where I can't watch on TV. I can't, go to a game and enjoy it. It's just not something I ever got into. I don't know why. There we go. Look at that. Let's see. Why home plate umpires scroll down a bit. Are you talking why do they kneel down kind of thing? Is that what you're asking there, Saskatchewan? I mean, basically to minimize their exposure to the oncoming ball. And they also want to be able to have a better visual view of the strike zone kind of thing to make sure that they're making the proper calls. So they'll kind of squat down to be able to make sure that they're seeing the zone properly, the ball cross each plane properly. Let's see. Oops, I just hit the mic. The big players can they hit super hard in NHL. I mean, yeah, more size equals more mass equals more weight to throw around. I mean, you look at like Tom Wilson and whatnot for the not Edmonton Oilers, the Washington Capitals. I mean, he's a big boy. He throws his body weight around. I mean, you figure hockey up until probably the 2000s. I mean, was having as many of the big intimidating hiccup. Sorry about that. Having the biggest intimidating players on your team as possible. I mean, look again. I'll take the Detroit Red Wings as an example. Why is it now all of a sudden I can't get in here? Detroit Red Wings at one point had players like Bob Probert, Joey Kosher, Keith Primeau, Darren McCarty, like all these like intimidating players, and each one of them, had really good careers as enforcers. I mean, that was the whole role, was an enforcer on the team for many, many, many years, and it was only here recently where that really kind of went away. Oh no! Bales, come back here! There we go. How's that looking? 138. That's looking pretty good. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Yeah, the worker's still going, so that's all good there. Let's see. Ken says on Alma. Yeah, so like I said, bud, it just really kind of depends. Let's see. Saskatchewan says, I'm a Chicago Bulls fan. Hopefully get the playoffs. My Saskatchewan Roughriders players, can they hit super? We got some big boys players, fans, CFL, but can ever hit super hard in CFL. Oh, hey, I did miss a few. These just kind of went rolling away on me. There we go. Yeah, so like I said, I mean, in hockey and really in any sport, I mean, the bigger you are, the bigger you can hit for the most part. The more mass you're carrying, and if you get that mass up to speed, it's gonna be hard to stop. You got a fair bit of momentum, working in your favor at that point. So I know when I played football, I was a big boy, and I was really hard to stop. There was a point where my coaches actually put me in as fullback, because of my size. Oh, see it messed up again. Oh, we'll just go back out and come back in. I might be parking over the trigger and it's just making it freak out. It's the only thing I can think of. There we go. Let's see. CFL players hit much harder than NFL. I wouldn't know. Honestly, bud, I would not know whatsoever because I've never followed the CFL whatsoever. So that is certainly possible. I haven't seen any of the players. I haven't seen what they do. So let's see. I'll save that and we'll get back in this. Ken says, send manure and slurry to the biogas plant and take their money. Yeah, so it's one of those... that is going to be coming in a future episode there, Ken. So likely going to actually buy the biogas plant and kind of go about it that way. Is what I'm kind of thinking, but we'll see. I'm not actually, that might be something worth looking into, see how much the biogas on that map costs. Actually, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that real quick. We'll get the worker back working again, and then we will check out the biogas plant, see what it costs, because we could be generating quite a bit of money on slurry and on manure, and just kind of going from there. Let's see. Saskatchewan says we had one Saskatchewan Roughrider player. He was running back, and he was 58.68 pounds. 58 pounds. Can they be fat in the NHL? Likely not. I'm sure that after you get past a certain body weight, that unless you've got the skills to pay the bills kind of thing, you're likely not going to get any playing time. I know that's a very common thing that's set up against a player like Phil Kessel. They say that he's overweight and whatnot, but he, even at his age, he's still, producing numbers. He's still got, the amount of goals and whatnot. And I personally, I don't know what his body weight is or anything like that, and I don't know anything, about him personally, kind of thing. So it's one of those that, he might just have a large face kind of thing, just that kind of facial structure. So it's possible that he's not actually overweight. It's just, just kind of the face that he has. I don't know. I have no clue, but I know that's a very common thing that people say against him. But I mean, he's able to play in the NHL, and he's in his upper 30s, I believe. So he's definitely, heading towards the latter end of his career. But he must be doing something right if they still have him around, kind of thing. Must be doing all right. Let's see. So now let's do this. Pick these up. Yeah, see, I think the issue is that I'm parking slightly over the trigger and that it's making it break. So I think what's essentially happening there. Oh, you're starting to see pallets. Nice. Yeah, we're just doing good. We're getting there. We are getting there. Let's see. Pecovia, hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. Well, daytime for you. Well, morning time for you. We are just sitting here working around the farm. We got workers off in field 40, 35, and 36. We're going to be, working on those for the time being, but we got work to be done. We're basically taking all of the bales and stuff here around my farm. On this particular thing, we're going to turn this into pallet storage, and all the bales are going to be stored up in the cow barn. Let's see, 38, so we got at least one more batch here. There we go. Let's see. Dalen. Hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Did you buy FS22 on stream? I did not. I've actually purchased this. This is on Xbox Series X that I'm playing this on. So, yes. Oh, wait. Did you buy FS22 on Steam? Steam. No. So, yeah, I was right. Yeah, this is on Xbox Series X, so I didn't purchase this on Steam. Alright, might as well come back for the next load. I don't need to get one more bale just yet. But one more trailer load and we'll be good to go here. Okay, thanks. No problem. How are you doing tonight? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. And same thing with you, Pacovia. How are you doing tonight? We're on our last batch here. There we go. One more. Let's get it. $13 bales. There we go. We've got nothing but pallets. That's awesome. Pacovia says, very good, thank you. And you, I'm doing fantastic. Just trying my best to get all of these contracts up and out of the way. We ended up accepting that contract from earlier where we were, well, not accepting it earlier, but we ended up working on it earlier, ran out of time because the little one ended up waking up. We finished both of these planning contracts, the seeding contracts, and now we're working on baling. We've got 3 hay bale contracts that we're working on at the moment. So yeah, just one of those, just trying to get as much done as possible. I'm thinking tomorrow will likely be an episode day where we go into episode number 10 unless Giants releases a map or an update that needs to be addressed. You know, outside of that, that's yeah, that's what I think we're going to be working on here. We're going to take this, we're actually going to use this particular trailer here. I like this trailer. We might be replacing our trailer there at the farm with this one here. This is nice, this Flegel, and it's a pallet trailer as well. And the cool thing about this as a pallet trailer, it actually has 3 independent zones that you can load up from. You have a front, middle, and rear. So that way you can have X amount of literage in the front, X amount in the middle, and X amount in the rear. And if you got different, like 3 different pallets that you want to take, you can actually do that as well. You don't have to have the same pallet type going throughout the entire trailer. You can have 3 separate goods all in the same thing. So that's really nice. So let's do this. Let's grab these. There we go. And 38 bales is not shabby. 38 bales is pretty good at the end of the day. So there we go. Perfect. We've got Saskatchewan saying, well, everyone, kind of late here. Have a fantastic night. Everyone sleep well. But anyway, bye. All right, Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan, I hope you have yourself a fantastic night. You take care. Pacovia says, since I bought Farm Sim, I load the bales manually. Oh, Farm Stick. Oh, nice. Yeah, no, that's a really cool way of doing it. If you're able to actually use like the actual joystick farm stick kind of thing, yeah, that I would definitely be doing the same thing. Let's see, Saskatchewan or Pacovia says to Saskatchewan, good night, and Saskatchewan says thanks. Yeah, awesome. So, let's see, how are we looking? Okay, we're starting to get to the other part of the field there, where we're starting to come into here. So that's awesome. We're getting through this. We'll set the worker off going on the field, what is it, 36 next? But let's go ahead and make some bales. Lower that down, actually wait. Oh no, reverse. Warning, danger, Will Robinson, danger. I accidentally unloaded the silage additive. I'm getting bonuses for that. I don't want to miss that.
Todd says howdy. Todd, how you doing tonight? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. We are just working and working hard. We've got the field across the street there. That was field 34. That's all done. The field in the north there, 24. That's all done. Now we've got haymaking contracts that we are just chugging away at, trying to get done. There we go. Oh, let's see. Yeah, there we go. It shifted. Nice. Now I can actually get up to speed. Like I said, Todd, hope you're having a fantastic night so far. We are just chugging along here, trying to get as much work done as possible. Yeah, nice. And actually, Todd, you just reminded me this will be a good time for me to go ahead and give out all my shout outs for my channel members. So let me bring that up real quick. Want to start out by saying thank you to all my tier 2 members, and I am just making a hash of this while trying to drive and read at the same time. Let's do one or the other. There we go. So starting out with Mark K, Will T Gaming, Luke Bernie King, Crazy Chris Sims, Ken Adlam, Rail Fanning Jonah, Karma Comet Chameleon, and Revere Time Todd. Thank you all so very much for being tier 2 channel members. Greatly appreciate every single one of you. And if you are interested in becoming a channel member, go ahead and check out the link in the description below, or the join button also below, or on the main channel page. There you will get access to things such as custom badges, custom emojis, and you can also get early access to edited content such as the Let's Play series and the channel shorts. All that starts at 99 cents a month for our Tier 1 members. Tier 2 members get all that plus a shout out every single live stream. That's right, every single one gets a shout out. And that all starts at $4.99 a month for Tier 2s. Again, I want to thank everyone so very, very much. If you're interested, like I said, it goes to help out this channel so much in the sustainability and the continued growth. Thank you all so very, very much. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of my subscribers. We are creeping ever and ever closer to that 1,500 subscriber mark. I am so excited that we are getting to that point. It is amazing. This channel just keeps on amazing me every single day. We keep growing, we keep gaining followers, and it's just fantastic. It is fantastic. I want to thank everybody who's come out and hung out with me on stream tonight as well. I've been having an absolute ball just doing these streams, hanging out, making content. I hope everybody is enjoying the content and just having a good old time just like me. Let's see. So we are just throwing these on the field here, as you can see, and I'm doing a terrible job at it. Let's try that one more time. I'm just really tickled that we're able to get the tractor up to speed. That is awesome. Let's see. Ken says howdy to Todd. Bakovia says hi to Todd. And Ken also says, I think it's the biggest I think it's the biggest in the mod BDD. I'm sorry, Ken, what specifically is the biggest? I'm not quite sure what you're referring to there, bud. Like, it almost seems like you might be, I wonder, are you talking about the cow barn there for the red barn pack? And if that's the case, then I think you might be out of sync with the rest of the stream there.
because we ended up talking about that like several minutes ago. So you might want to see if your actual stream is still considered live, or if it fell back, if it kind of lagged back too far, kind of thing. That's my suspicion, is that your stream kind of fell behind. But I could be wrong. It could be responding to something I just said, and I'm just not understanding. That's also a possibility. There we go. Let's grab these little bits right here. Check it out. There we go. We're just about done with this field. Then we got the big field to deal with. And we're just going to keep chugging along. We are doing good. We're getting everything we need done. We should have a pretty healthy amount of money after all this is said and done. Because again, we're just going to sell stuff. We're not going to go ahead and keep any of the bales. We've got plenty of bales there at the farm right now. We don't have to do much of anything in that regard. There we go. So let's go ahead and get this last little bit, like so. Can I squeeze through here? Looks like it. Let's see, how's the worker oh yeah, worker's chugging along. Nice. So we'll start over here, right where we started out mowing. There we go. How's the worker looking? Okay, so got that big chunk there. Oh yeah, they got everything over here, so this is looking fantastic. Look at that. Good amount of hay. Good amount of hay. I love it. All right, nice. Nice. So let's go ahead. We'll pick up these bales. Are all these going? Wait, what? Where are these going? Oh, these are going over to the farm? Oh, they are. Every single one of these are going over to the farm. Oh, well. Okay. Oh. Hey, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Wrong buttons. Let's see. Let's grab this one here. Alright, completed their task. Let's get them fired back up. Alright, I think we can throw them right over here. Yeah, see, look at that. They're just chugging along. Pecovia says, I like that black trailer. Yeah, so that Flegel trailer is really, really nice. The fact that it allows you to not only do bales, but to do pallets as well, and you have the 3 separate sections, is really awesome. I really do like this trailer. And I'm thinking that we might be purchasing that some point down the road. Because how nice would that be for for picking up pallets of honey? There we go. There we go. We are, look at that, 31 bales just on this field alone. Perfect. See, Ken says, I just purchased the biggest Valtra in mod and maxed it out to run the combine windrower and baler 4-bale stacker, also Massey colors. Nice. Very nice. There, Ken. Yeah, is it the modded Valtras that you got? Like the modded Valtra pack? I think it's what, the S? Is it the S that's the biggest, or is it the Q? I can't remember off the top of my head. It's one of those where the mod pack itself is it's got, like, I think one additional tractor that isn't included with, like, the base game Valtras, and I think it's the S. Alright, let's go ahead and dump this out in there. We'll see exactly what this gets us. There we go. Here, you know what? Because I can. So are 2 of the 3 contracts already done? Alright, well that one's good to go at least. That's awesome. I can live with that. I can definitely live with that. That's good stuff. Alright, so let's get this over to the big field right behind the baler. Nope, next one. This is the 3rd field right there that's going to be done. Let's dive in here. Whee! Here we go. Just like so. How is that mower looking? Alright, well, it's still got a bit to go. Let's start picking up some... here. Oh, did it start off in 2nd gear? Is it going to let me go? It is! Nice! Let's go. Let's get it. All right. Yeah, no, we are chugging along. I tell you what, I'm actually really shocked and rather impressed that my tractor is actually able to get this up to speed. Like, normally it just sits there and wants to fight with everything and doesn't want you to get up to speed, and you know, you'll pretty much max everything out at about 6 miles an hour. Like this. You'll just kind of hover there in 1st gear. You can sometimes fix it like I do here and go in reverse and then jam it into drive, and you'll get into 2nd gear. And as long as you see that you got into 2nd gear, then you'll know that you'll actually be able to get beyond that. But one of those, it's still a real nuisance to sit there and be like, oh man, I really just want to get up to speed, and just for some reason it just doesn't allow you to do it. So let's see. Let's keep on keeping on. Oh, big old chunk of grass that didn't get worked on for some reason. That's alright. Got picked up at least. That's good. Oh, that chunk didn't. Huh. Yeah, no clue. No idea. Some will get picked up, some will get left behind. No grass left behind. Oh, come on. Turn. Alright, so a little ways left to go for the mower there. Not too bad. I'm afraid that these bales over here might get into the worker's way. I might need to come and pick those up. Actually, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to pick them up, get them out of the way, so that way don't run into any issues later down the road, because that is going to be my luck. That'll absolutely be my luck as I leave them or whatever, and then the worker comes by and just starts running over them and just kind of starts doing, you know, like its best Dukes of Hazzard impression, just jumping over the bridge embankment, just whee! So yeah, once I kind of get beyond it, I'll hop in the semi and pick up these bales over here on this edge. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Let's see. Operating position. Dun 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 dun. Oh, there goes the train. That train being our enemy. That thing has picked on me several times and has crashed into me at least on one occasion. That train, we are not friends. It's evil. Evil! Alright, let's grab these bales. These are the ones I'm most concerned about, are right here. There we go. Perfect. Grab this one over here, because why not? I mean, I'm driving around. I might as well pick these up anyways. All right. Got what? 2, 3 more? 3 more. Oops. Oops. There we go. Come on. There we go. Stop right there. Oops. First gear. Third gear. Let's go. Yeah, now we're talking. Excellent. Just chug along here, get all this stuff picked up, put out of the way. Tell you what, I really think we're going to make a big fat stack of money on this. What I am going to have to pay attention to, though... Actually, here, let me get over here real quick, because I should check that out. That's something I should investigate, because We are basically just slamming everything at the home farm there. And what I don't want to necessarily have happen... There we go. Okay. Right down here. Okay, good. So hay should be 0. Should be 0 at all points. So what I'm going to have to do is when we get to the point that we're going to make our next delivery, I'm going to have to pay attention to make sure that I'm not just going beyond the contract goals and just selling off things or putting them in, because what's going to happen is they'll come out loose. They'll be loose product. They won't be bales, and then I'll have a real gnarly time trying to, get that back over to the sell point. So the whole point is I want to sell this stuff off. I don't want to keep anything. I've got plenty of bales as is. Let's see. So if you're out there in the chat, go ahead and give yourself a shout out. Let me know that you're out there. Unfortunately, YouTube does not have a roll call system, so I do not know if you're out there unless you say something. There we go. Yeah, we're just kind of chugging around the field, getting these contracts done, trying to make some money. If we do this smart, then we're going to make quite a bit of money. Oh, there we go. Had to adjust there for a second. Sitting for these live streams. What is it? We're going on our... Whoops. How long have we been streaming? We've been streaming since 10. It's 12:30 now, so about 2.5 hours. Sitting for 2.5 hours. Your body gets a little stiff after a while. Oh, come on. No. We're still in first. There it goes. Now let's go. Third gear. Fourth gear. Yes. All right. We're getting there. There we go. I'll tell you what. We get what? Like, is it 9,000? Whoa. We're twitchy. 9,000 liters per bale here. So we've got 60 bales at 9,000 liters. That's a lot of literage for bales that we made so far. And we still have the rest of this field plus another field to do. So, I mean, we're going to have a massive amount of bales. Massive amounts. All right. So yeah, we're just chugging along, getting as much of this picked up as quickly as possible. How is that other worker doing? They're almost done. They're getting there. Here, let me get this little... Nope, I just drove right past it, did I not? And there we go. We got it. Or as my daughter would say, I did it. Oh my goodness. She is such a little ham. I love it. Absolutely love it. We were doing something earlier today. What were we doing? Oh, that's what it was. We were sitting there, and she's got these little magnetic tiles. These little magnetic. I don't want to say blocks, but they're little tiles. They're little colorful tiles and stuff. And I look at her and I'm like, "What are you doing there, sweetheart?" And she just starts jabbering away, doing her little baby talk as she tends to do. And all of a sudden, she's like, "Yay!" She just gives a yay, like she accomplished something. So I'm like, "Yay, you did it!" And she's like, "I did it!" And it was just one of the those moments where it's just so cute and just melts your soul. I absolutely love it. Uh, the one thing I will always and forever say, she was the one thing in my life that I never knew I needed until I had her. We're just chucking those bales out there. Oh, and we're now missing product. Let's not do that. There we go. No. It's the only thing about this, using this. Oh, you know what? There. How about I disengage? Well, no, because then I'm not going to have, There we go. Maybe that'll work. Let's see. We'll try one time, one pass, and kind of go from there. Ken says, Massey Tractor. Nice, nice. Yeah, see, that's what I was afraid of. All wheel it is. A little bit squirrely, but gonna work out just fine. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why, it just seems like it seems like the stream is just is delayed. Like I'm getting messages very, very behind what they're intended to be. I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but like I said, if you're sending out messages or anything and I'm missing them, I do apologize. I've refreshed the chat. I've even resorted going back to the kind of YouTube page there just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. And as far as I can tell, it doesn't look like I am. But if you are, I mean, if I am missing something, go ahead and send it in the chat or anything like that, because one of those I'm just not 100% sure. Todd said test, I see that, and Pacovia says my stream is okay. Okay, then maybe I'm just being paranoid. Oh no, no, I don't back up over that. So Ken, maybe it's you or I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It just seems like Ken's responses are delayed, and maybe it's just think people are being quiet tonight. That's also possible. That's also possible. That's all right though. That's all right. I'm having an absolute ball, just playing Farming Simulator and hanging out. Good times indeed. I tell you what, that's a nice little. No! Will you stop with the twitchiness? All right. I'm gonna have to take the truck and just drive through that big old stack right there. That kind of that off-centered thing that's going on right there. There we go. Second gear. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why the baler here, the tractor is able to handle this baler just fine, but it seems like everything else that it tries to get its hands on, I have to go through like absorbent lathes to make sure that it actually gets into gear. If it can get to gear, I mean, it's wild. It's a great tractor. Don't get me wrong. I really do like this tractor, but it's just gets frustrating when it doesn't seem consistent. But I mean, so far it seems to be doing just fine with this baler and, you know, getting me what I need. So I am quite pleased. Yeah, workers just about done. Look at that. Nice. Nice. So far we're doing good. Oh. Ah, you're better than this. It seems like I'm throwing down a lot of these on their side for some reason. I don't know why. Must be because I'm turning and it's just coming at like just the right time to where it's just kind of bloop and tips it over right in the middle of the turn. This baler has done 89 bales. All of them have been hay bales, so that means that 9,000 liters. Tell you what, anybody have access to a calculator real quick? What is 9,000 times 90? Because now I'm just curious. We just keep producing, we keep producing. We're not even like halfway done with this field. We still got tons of this field to kind of go through. So we're going to have quite a bit of product to work with here. Quite a bit. 810,000 liters. Yeah, wow. And we're still chugging along. I mean, that's insane. That is insane. That includes the first field and what we've gotten off of this field so far. That, wow, is just absolutely incredible. The amount of literage that you can get from just these grass contracts are just nuts. But that's why I always say, I mean, grass contracts, hay, silage. Silage is better, but just grass contracts in general are just amazing to do. They are easy for the most part. They can be a little time consuming, but what you get out of them is just gold, just pure gold. Let's see. Ken says, I meant the biggest Massey Ferguson tractor in the... Oh, gotcha. I'm with you, Ken. I'm with you. Yeah, see, look at that. We are just... We're getting there. So is the worker. That worker is just chugging along. Valtra S series. Okay, I was right. It was the S series. But see, that's what makes me... That's what makes me think that Ken is potentially behind on the stream there. Because it seems like I said something about the S series like about 10 minutes ago. I don't know. I just don't know. There we go. Ken says modded. Gotcha. Oh, no. Come on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the S series, or when it comes to the Valtra pack, the only reason I know this because I recently just used it. The modded Valtra pack, I ended up using that on um, oh goodness, what was the series called? By Cavalier Roy, Maypole Farm. There we go, Maypole Farm, and yeah, I ended up having the whole fleet with the exception of one. I ended up skipping one of the smaller Valtras, but yeah, the entire fleet I had, and I think it was like 5 tractors in total on that map, and yeah, it was awesome. I mean, it was a great pack. Um, all the cool little features that you can do, opening the windows and doing things like that. It's a really nice pack of tractors. Does take up a bit of download space, quite a bit of download space, but it was good. It was really good, and quite a decent improvement over top of the uh, like base game Valtras that we have available to us here. Let's see. What do we have? Not too much more. Not too much. All right. Almost on the back half on the smaller side. Ay, ay, ay. So tell you what, let me throw this out there. How many bales do you think I'm going to have in total from these 3 contracts? Field 40, Field 35, and 36. How many bales total do we think are going to be totally produced by this particular baler? This baler I did lease out prior to starting the contracts. So this has touched every single ounce of grass off of these 3 fields. So go ahead and type your number in the chat. Tell me what you think is going to be the final count. I'm going to guess 175. That's going to be my guess. All right, now we're just about to the point to where we're actually going to get into the next field. Oh, and it looks like they're done. Pacovia says 161. Okay, okay. And of course, Price is Right rules is always applicable. So if we go over, then we lose. So Todd and Ken, do you care to make a guess? We got 175 and 161. And again, anybody else on the stream, if you haven't given yourself a shout out or anything, like I said, I cannot see whether or not people are out there. I can only see numbers. So if you're out there in the chat, go ahead and give yourself a shout out. Let me know that you're there. We are trying to estimate how much hay bales we're going to get out of these 3 contracts. Right now we've got a 175 and a 161. Todd says, what size bale / capacity? So we are doing the smallest size bale with the quick baler. It's 9,000 liter bale capacities for hay. So I'm saying 175. Pacovia is saying 161. Anybody else have any guesses out there in the chat? Go for it. And that's total number for all 3 fields. Alright, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and leave this here. Let's get the worker back up and running again. Alright, so this next one I think is right here, as a matter of fact. Nice, look at that. Just sneak right on through. We're good to go. Todd says 169 in all 3 fields. Okay, okay. Both you and Pekovi are getting oddly specific with the 161 and 169. So either you two know something that I don't know, or you're just specific with your guesses, and I can respect that. One of those where I just went with like a not an even number, but a middle number kind of thing. 175. All right. Let's see. I think I'm going to try this field. I'm going to try it where I just do the one kind of pass on the headland instead of trying 2. That way, I can just make this quicker and get back to bailing. There we go. Perfect. Now, let's back up. So right now we're at 127, and we still have all that to pick up over to my left and the field number 36. So all those are needing to be done before we can finalize our counts. $130. We're creeping up there. We're creeping ever and ever closer. Oh, that was something else I wanted to talk about earlier. Getting kind of late for it, but I want to talk about something new I did in the food realm. So as I mentioned numerous times here on the channel, I'm definitely big into food. I love to cook, love to do things like that. And one of the things I ended up doing for dinner tonight is I ended up taking some chicken drumsticks, and I ended up throwing them in the oven and just oven fry them for about an hour in total. And what I ended up doing is I ended up coating several of them in barbecue sauce. Like specifically, my wife, she really loves this G. Hughes barbecue sauce. And the reason that she loves it is it's got 0 sugar in it. So one of those that, and it's actually not that bad. It's actually pretty decent barbecue sauce. But ended up coating a couple of those chicken drumsticks in the barbecue sauce, and then I did a couple in a buffalo sauce, and I ended up making some homemade blue cheese dressing for the drumsticks. And on top of that, I made some homemade protein packed mac and cheese, and this turned out so good, so good. This mac and cheese. So me personally, I'm a bit picky when it comes to my mac and cheese. I like it to be really kind of creamy and velvety, almost like a Velveeta, a melted Velveeta kind of texture. That's what I like. Well, what I ended up doing is taking what was it? Cottage cheese. I ended up taking cottage cheese and some um, what was it? Cheddar. Some blocked cheddar. And as I'm sitting there, I took the cottage cheese and made it into put it into a blender and blended it until it was like almost like a smooth kind of paste almost. And then I threw in the chunks of cheddar in there as well to make it into little crumbles. And then I threw it on top of the stove. And what I ended up doing is adding uh, a salt. It's called sodium citrate, and it's a salt derived from citrus fruits. And what it does is it helps make the cheese make it to where it won't break when heat is applied. And when I ended up making that, oh my goodness, the smoothest, creamiest mac and cheese, just cheese sauce. But then what's really cool is, in my case, I made a little bit too much. So I ended up putting a big amount into a Tupperware bowl and putting it in the fridge. Well, what's nice is that it turns solid, almost like Velveeta uh, bricks kind of thing. Well, what I can do with that brick is come tomorrow, let's say I want to do burgers. Well, I've got me some homemade American cheese at that point. And it's great for melting. It's great on burgers. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And it was delicious. The mac and cheese was absolutely delicious, and so much so that even my daughter had some and came back for seconds. And she is notorious that if it isn't Velveeta, if it's not like the orange mac and cheese cups, then she just turns her nose up to it like really, really quickly. But even she, like, and I will say we did do a little bit of trickery, just a wee bit of trickery. What we ended up doing was we ended up buying the same exact kind of shells that would have come in that same kind of box that she would be interested in. And we ended up showing her the box of mac and cheese, so she thought that we were making her specific brand. And then we served it, the protein pack mac and cheese to her, and she ended up scarfing the whole serving down. I was so pleased and proud that she, not only ate it but just devoured it. So it was one of those. It felt like a really big time parenting win. And any of you parents out there know exactly what I'm talking about. When you've got small kids, toddlers and whatnot running around, you know that they will basically live off of things like mac and cheese and chicken nuggets and whatever kind of knickknacks they can get into them. French fries, whatever the case may be. It's very rare that people have a non-picky child. That's when they start developing their taste. They don't want to eat their veggies anymore. They just want to eat whatever it is that they want to eat. And of course, you as the parent are sitting there like, no, no, no. We gotta get some kind of, vitamins and minerals in you. Uh-oh. What happened to the worker? Huh. Okay. Let's see. Pacovia says dog, smile. Uh, Ken says the first bale pallet storage barn you got on your farm, is that from the American Barn Pack? No, so all of the barns and buildings I have around there are from the big American Barn Pack. Hold on, I'm trying to bring that up. So if we go under animals, it's specifically the Red Barn Pack. So everything's from that specifically. And what I have there is under silos. Let's see. think it's down here, the red barn pack. Did I skip past it? No, here it is. So we got this. And this is specifically this one that I have. It's the red barn pack, this one here specifically. But there is another open storage shed that's a little bit smaller, and this one holds 300 pieces. There's other silos and all that stuff. This is the one that we have on the farm, this big old massive one, 250,000 liter storage capacity. They do have the smaller one here with just straight up silo storage, and there's one here with additional 200 bale storage as well. But again, 100,000 liters, 50,000 to cost. I figured for 75, an extra 25 grand, we'll get this massive one with the implement storage in it. So, and then we've got other things. We got just open storage here. This one also is, or no, this one's the bale storage. So we've got this one here, which is a hay loft. Big old honking building, but everything's stored loose, and that is it under silos. So yeah, it's an awesome pack. I really do enjoy it. Let's see. Oh, that's a tree right there. Bakovia says, you got a dog, I hear. Yes, I do have dogs. I have 3 of them, as a matter of fact. Oh, and there's the collar again. That is actually the little guy right there. So I've got 3 dogs, like I mentioned. I've got the little guy. He is also the youngest. He is a Jack Russell mix. We've got the middle child there. She is a hound mix. And the older one, he is the big boy. He is a black lab mix. Actually, I was telling on stream earlier today that gonna be rapidly approaching an appointment for him. He is unfortunately getting extremely aggressive in his old age. I actually have a scar from back in November on the back of my left calf. So starting from the back... Oh, come on. There, no, come on. Starting from the back of my knee, going all the way down my calf, from when he grabbed a hold of my leg and just like latched onto it, didn't want to let it go whatsoever, kind of thing. My wife ended up waking up the other morning, and he ended up just starting growling at her for no reason whatsoever. Just her trying to walk by, get to the bathroom, kind of thing. So on Monday, he had an appointment with the vet, which we had to reschedule. They call it a quality of life checkup, kind of thing, to see if maybe he's... what is going on? Why does it seem like it's not turning? To see if maybe he's in pain or anything like that, but it's one of those where I don't think that he's in pain. He runs around, he's very active, especially for his age. He is the oldest one. We've had him since 2011. He was a year old back in 2011. I honestly think that he's starting to get like some kind of form of doggy dementia because of his age, kind of thing. Because when he gets into these spells, it's like he just doesn't recognize us. And I've got a 2-year-old in the house as well, so it's one of those where the danger's getting real, and I can't have him and her in the same room anymore, kind of thing. So it's just, yeah, it's one of those. It makes me sad. It makes me incredibly sad to think about it, but it is the worst thing that you have to endure when you are a pet owner, is, you know, knowing that you will always outlive them, kind of thing, and that you have to make some tough choices for them on their behalf, kind of thing. And I think we're getting to that point with him. It's sad. It's incredibly sad, and it's gonna be tough. But we had to reschedule his appointment. It was for Monday last week, but we had to take my daughter in to the doctor. They had a free appointment, or say they had some free time where they were able to see her 'cause she wasn't feeling too good over the weekend last week. Took her in. She's fine. She just had like a remnants of a cold that she picked up on. She had a fever last week for like a day and a half. Um, she ended up shaking it, but just I think it was a combination of the remnants of a cold as well as um, the allergies. We think that she's developed some allergies, and one of those where, oh, oh, okay. I saw the negative number there, and I was worried. 43. 57. 79. 83. All right, let's grab these bales here. So pretty much once we're done with this, I think we'll have everything delivered at that point. $90. Yeah, so we're basically going to have everything delivered. We just need to finish cutting. So yeah, it's just one of those where at the end of the day, it's just incredibly sad. I'm really kind of bummed. Like I said, since 2011 we've had him, and he's been an amazing dog, an amazing pet. Like I said, there's just now there's times where I don't even recognize him anymore. He just gets so aggressive, so out of left field. And like I said, I don't think it's a pain issue, because I've heard people say that, to where they're like, oh, well, if he's in pain, he might be getting aggressive because of the pain. And it's like, I just don't think that's the case, because, I don't see like visible pain signs as much as I'm just seeing just a kind of sudden flip. And on top of that, like, he runs around, he still runs and is active, kind of thing. He'll run around the yard or run around in the house, especially when it's dinner time. When it's dinner time, he is just ready and rearing to go for food. So he runs around the couches, he runs around the entire living room trying to, get me to hurry up, kind of thing. So I just don't know. I just have no idea what's best for him, what's best for the family. There's a sense of guilt to even like be thinking about, about this, and also a sense of, would this even be a discussion or even a thought in my mind if we didn't have children, kind of thing? Would we be willing to kind of tolerate it, kind of thing, even to our potential detriment? I don't know. I just don't know. It's a tough subject. It's really hard. I don't know what's right, what's wrong in this case. And what's funny is that he, like I said, he's been my best bud for over 10 plus years now, since 2011. And when we first got him, he wanted nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me whatsoever. Nothing to do with men in general. He was incredibly standoffish when it came to men. And we later found out why. Because we ended up getting him as a kind of a freebie kind of thing. We got him off the internet, and basically the people who had him were giving him away. They gave us some kind of lame excuse of oh, well, we're moving and we can't take him with us, kind of thing. And just even back then, something just didn't sit right with it. Something didn't sit right with the whole conversation that they were having, kind of thing. And one of those that he wanted nothing to do with me from the very beginning. And it took months. It took literal months of me just, sitting there and, trying to give him attention and just earning his trust, before he finally opened up, and then I eventually became his favorite because he used to be a mama's boy. And then eventually he kind of turned a cheek and was like, okay, dad, really I'm a daddy's boy, and I really like it, kind of thing. I as in him, kind of thing. And yeah, it's just one of those where, it took a long time to get to that point. And like I said, the reason that that he didn't like me in particular, and men in particular as well, is that he was abused. We found out after the fact, after one of his x-rays, he had a it's hard to say this. We found that he had a BB stuck under his skin. He ended up hurting himself a while back. We took him to the vet, to make sure there wasn't any like major damage or anything along those lines. He ended up hurting one of his legs, and they ended up examining him under x-ray, and they found that he had a BB. And the way the doctor came and told us, it was the most heart-wrenching thing I've ever gone through. I understand why they did it. I understand why that happened. But basically, they came to us and almost in a accusatory manner, and basically we're probing to be like, hey, did you abuse this dog, kind of thing, and under no circumstances did that ever happen under our watch, kind of thing. And it was terrible. It was just absolutely terrible. That was honestly one of the hardest days I've ever had as a pet owner, is hearing that, my dog at one point in his life was abused. And I tell you what, that day we took him home, we gave him extra loves and hugs. I think we even made him like a really, like, an awesome dinner. I think we cooked him up a steak, because we just felt so bad when we learned that, and it just kind of made everything that happened on that day when we picked him up so many years ago, it just made so much sense at the time. And it's one of those that I wish that we had any of the contact information or anything like that for them, because they were the only owners of him. It's done. What am I doing? That's what I'm doing. Ooh, 44,000. Boop. Nope. Wrong button. So yeah, it was a incredibly tough and difficult, a tough and difficult event to go through. So yeah, we gave him extra hugs and loves, and to this day, I still, every single opportunity that he gives me, give him as much hugs and loves that I possibly can. Occasionally he'll come up to me, and he's him. He is him. He just comes up and licks me and wants cuddles and wants to be loved on and kissed on and just the whole 9 yards. But then I'll just enter a room. I'll walk in there, and then all of a sudden he just turns. It just turns into a completely different animal. It's not him. He'll start baring his teeth, snarling and snapping and doing this stuff, and it's terrifying. It's scary. It's tough. It's really, really tough. Whoa. Oh, are we all done here? Alright, looks like we're all done. Here, let's jump in over here. Alright, so let me catch up with the chat here real quick. So, Pecovia says, yes, it can be dementia. Labrador is ideal for family, but in your case, it's dangerous when you have a small child. And that's honestly our biggest concern right now, Pecovia. That's our biggest concern is, like I said, they can't be in the same room. But there's times where, they have to be. They have to like cross paths all the time, and she's 2 years old, and she's perfect like face height with him, and she doesn't know any better. She just sees, ooh, doggy. I want to see the doggy, kind of thing. And she doesn't understand. We tell her, no, no, leave him be, and it's just, it's like I said, it's really sad and really, really hurts to talk about. It really does. But it's one of those that you almost feel like the time is coming, kind of thing. And I don't want it to be true, no matter how much, how potentially dangerous it is. I don't want it to be the case. But at the same time, it's at the same time, that there's always going to be an end when it comes to pets, when it comes to dogs, in particular too. You just have to cherish the time that you do get with them. And like I said, I just hope I'm making the right decision. I'm right. That it's the right call. Oh, and I just took out that sign. All right, so from here on out, we've got all the, excuse me, we got all the bales here that are ours. Every single bale from this point on is ours. The contracts are completed, so we are just going to sell everything off at this point. Why? There we go. I don't know why those last couple of bales weren't selling. Let's see. Ken says 180,000 liters, 810. Oh, Ken, I misspoke. Ken says, oops, sorry, numbers wrong way round. Pacovia, and that Jack Russell must be a devil. Actually, when we first picked him up, he was incredibly standoffish. He was, I wouldn't say he's a devil, and I would never claim him to be a devil. He's actually quite a sweetheart nowadays, but when we first picked him up, he was actually my wife's grandfather's dog, and he ended up passing many years ago. And after he passed, basically the whole family knew that we had dogs, and at the time we had two, and we weren't interested in picking up a third. We really weren't, kind of thing. But ended up being one of those situations where it was like, hey, if you don't take him, then nobody else is going to, kind of thing. And then he's just going to end up going to the pound and the whole 9 yards. And we're like, no, we'll go ahead and we'll take him. I'd much rather take him and him not than him not go to the pound, kind of thing. And we've only ever seen him once before. Like, we had zero experience with him as a pet before this. But you could tell when we first got him, he was a single owner pet. Like, it was just her grandfather's dog, kind of thing. So he was incredibly standoffish to anybody else. And it took, I mean, honestly, he was the most difficult dog to kind of get to come around. It took probably years before he would actually start coming up to us and wanting us to kind of be in the same area as him. He would always just kind of scamper off and just kind of be a loner. He would always be by himself. And it made sense because, her grandfather at the time was in his late 80s, early 90s maybe. So he was basically used to doing everything on his own, and the only time that he would have any kind of, major attention or affection was during dinner time. He was severely overweight when we got him. Now he's down to a healthy weight and he's doing just fine. Um, but no, right now, I mean, finally he is just an absolute sweetheart nowadays, where he absolutely loves laying in the bed with us, specifically with me. He learned very quickly that my wife kind of rolls and tumbles around at night, and he doesn't like that because he gets squished. So, me, I tend to stay in one position, or if I do shift around at any point, um, I'm very conscious about how I roll and how I kind of shift around at night, because I know that he is right there next to me. So, one of those where I will pay very close attention as to what's around me before I roll. I'm not fully asleep uh, when I'm shifting around, kind of thing. And so he sits there and he loves to cuddle at night with me. He will occasionally, he just eventually decides that he want to be a lap dog. He wants to come over and lay on you and just kind of cuddle, love, and hugs, kind of thing. So he has definitely turned into a very good dog, kind of thing, over the years. Let's see. Can I kind of squeeze through here? Oh dear. Let's not go into... There we go. Something like that will work. So yeah, he's turned into such a sweetheart. And then the hound dog, the middle dog there, she is the epitome of sweetness. You might hear her groaning underneath. She's laying underneath my feet right now, but that is her stereotypical thing. Is she just sits there and groans and moans all the time. Anytime you pay her any type of attention, she'll just sit there and moan and moan and moan, and it's just no particular reason. That's just what she always does. She's a talker, kind of thing, and I've never had a dog like her. But we ended up, actually, the funny story behind her is that it was my sister-in-law's dog originally. My sister-in-law used to live with us for about a year and a half. And while she was living with us, one day, at the time we had 3 dogs, and we had this little min pin that we inherited from another family member. And the min pin ended up passing. She was very old, kind of thing. So after she passed, our sister-in-law was like, hey, would you guys mind if one day maybe I got a dog, kind of thing? It'd be nice to have something in the room with me, especially at night when I sleep. And my wife and I we talked it over a little bit, and we're like, yeah, we don't mind, kind of thing. It's one of those, it'll be your dog, your responsibility, all that. Well, little did we know that when she said maybe one day, she meant the next day. So literally we said yes. The next day she goes running out, and she goes to the like the Humane Society or whatever, the SPCA, I think is what they call it down here. And she comes home with this, what just happened? And she comes home with Sunshine, the hound dog. And she is just grinning from ear to ear. It's like, I went to the shelter, and they had her, and she's so sweet, and oh, she's so lovable, and la 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 la. And it's like, yeah, but we said that we were gonna, we were okay with you getting a dog one day. We kind of figured that you would at least let us know when that day was approaching, kind of thing. And I mean, it ended up working out to where the reason that we got her is, again, she ended up moving, and she ended up getting into an apartment where they didn't accept pets. So, well, no, actually, no, that's not true. They did accept pets, but we were having a very hard time with her leaving, because it was one of those situations where because she was in school at the time and she was, you know, constantly coming and going kind of thing, she basically kind of turned into our dog. We were doing a lot of the caring, a lot of the feeding, a lot of the letting outs and all that stuff, and a lot of the hugs and loves that we were given to her as well. So we kind of, it's like, look, you know, we know that she's your dog and you can tell us no if you want, but it's one of those, we're going to have a really hard time kind of separating ourselves from her. Is it possibly something that you'd be willing to let us take her, kind of thing? And she basically is like, yeah, no, that would be fine. If you want to keep her, it's one of those that just makes it, you know, that much easier to, you know, to move into the apartment without having to worry about having to bring her as well, and her having to mesh with her roommates at the time, because she had 2 other roommates, kind of thing. So, which she would have been fine. That she wouldn't have been an issue. It's that the roommates, I think, also had dogs, but they also had like a pre-established relationship amongst the 2. She was basically joining the 2 that were already there at the apartment. So those 2 already had pets, and they already had things that were kind of worked out on their end. So we ended up keeping her, and yeah, that's how we've been a 3-dog family ever since. But I think once the next one kind of goes, I think we'll forever be a at maximum 2-dog family going forward, kind of thing. Because although the 3 have been nice, it's one of those that gets overwhelming at times. There we go. We are done. 160 bales is the final count, which means that I think we all overshot. Let's see, Pecovia had 161, Todd had 169, Ken said 200 to 220. So yeah, we all overshot by just a bit. All right, let's do that. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to send the tractor back to the farm. Like so. I'm going to break this out. Send this back to the farm. Oops, nope, wrong buttons. There we go. And now, oops. All right, let me catch up with the chat here real quick. Ken says between 200 and 220. Todd says it just sucks. 100% it does. It's tough. So I'll say, you know what, the closest one was Pecovia at 161. So we were going by Price is Right, and we would have all been losers at that point. But you know what? Let's have a winner. We'll say Pecovia, you were the closest one. Todd says, nope. Ken says, rump stew, mint, peas added in Worcestershire sauce, soya sauce, tomato sauce, ketchup, for you Americans, LOL, and mashed potatoes. Wow, Ken, that sounds amazing. Rump steak stew? Yum. Covia, I lost. Will be more than 161. Covia, oh no, you can eject that last bale. So because it's a round bale, I can't. So the round bales don't work like that. Only the square bales can be ejected, which really stinks. That's the one thing I don't care for about any round baler. And it's the same thing with like the cotton balers. If you got the round cotton balers, you can't eject them. I don't know why. It's really kind of a bummer. And there will be 161. Yeah, like I said, I wish that was the case. You would be spot on if that was the case, and that would literally just blow my mind to be that precise. Wait, did I get all the bales off the backfield? The big one, 41? No, 40? Oh yeah, I've been through here. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Todd says, I thought you'd mow headlands. Yeah, so normally I would, but with that particular mower, you can't get too far outside of the field there to be able to kind of get things like off the field. It's very finicky, so you either like miss big old chunks or all that. So what I tend to try and do is I will keep my rightmost tire onto the field and kind of overhang as much as possible. But you could certainly get more off the edges of the fields with something like the Krone Big M or something like that. But we need that particular set of equipment for later on in the series, where we're going to be harvesting using that particular set of equipment. We're going to be using the swathing portion because this map actually allows you to do such things. Huh. All right, well, if that's the case, there we go. Let's go get those last couple of bales there. Let's see. Pacovia said, "Yes, you are right. It only works on square. Yeah, on square bales. It doesn't work on round bales. Yeah, that's one thing that drives me nuts. I don't understand why they won't let you eject a partial round bale. I mean, I'm sure it's like that in real life. If you have remnants or something like that, you can't eject that partial round bale. Maybe, I'm not sure. That's just maybe a guess." And that's them like actually engaging in the simulation portion of this game. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems odd. Seems like a odd thing to only allow square bales to eject partials, not rounds. Sorry, square bales. No worries. No worries. So yeah, we are rapidly approaching the end here. Let's go ahead and get these last little bits. Oh, power through, power through. All right, any that I'm missing back here? Doesn't look like it. Got that one right over there. Nice. Very nice. 5 more bales. We'll go ahead and sell that off, return all the lease equipment, collect on the contracts, and then we will be golden from there. And actually, okay, one couple of things I wanted to check out beforehand, before we do our sign-offs and all that stuff. So let's check that out. We'll send the truck. We'll return the trailer because that's a lease. We'll return the baler. That's another lease. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. $307,000. That's before we collect on the contract. So we're gonna be pretty good. No, 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 no. I played chicken with the train. Played chicken with the. Oh, that's an oldie but a goodie. Boop. And there we go. $4,000. Now let's collect. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, where did these come from? Oh, well, let's pick that up. Because why not? We're not going to do this tonight, but I want to keep that one. $49,000 for a fertilizing contract? Absolutely. Ooh, we got a Krone and... Oh, both these are silage too. Nice. Okay, very cool. Oh, is not turning. There we go. Let's go ahead and return the leased equipment. There we go. So let's see. Todd says, no, in real life you can set any bale size and clean out the hoppers. One of my biggies as well, not being able to fully clear bales. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Hey, Jack, aka Reckless, how you doing tonight? Hope you're having a fantastic night so far. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get this back to the farm. We have just finished off all three of those contracts. We're up to $381,000. I'm super stoked about all that. Let's see. It is almost 2 o'clock in the morning my time. It's 1:40, which means that in South Africa, 6 hours ahead, it is almost 8 o'clock in the morning. So, yep, 7:41. Haha, nice. See, I'm learning. I'm learning. There we go. We'll send that there. Now, a couple things I wanted to check on. Firstly, wanted to check on the growth status on these. That's doing good. This field here, my grass field, is ready to harvest. What I want to do here is I want to check out barley is harvestable in June. So I should be able to do that in June. And my alfalfa, hopefully, if not next month, the month after that will be ready to harvest. So we're going to start having some product here very, very soon to work on. Looking forward to that. Now let's go. No, not the stone. Actually, yeah, stone factory. Nothing there. Now this is what I wanted to check out. Ooh, 300,000 for the biogas. Okay, well, have to remember that. And then there's one over here. Yeah, ketchup production. I wanted to see this one. This is how much? $40,000. Okay, okay. Well, nice. That'll be maybe something in the future. We've got popcorn factories. We've got the dairy. Yeah, how much is the dairy here? That's something else I need to check. Because we got tons and tons and tons of milk. Where's the door? It's up here in the front. Is this it? Are you the dairy? Dairy, 70,000. Okay, so standard price for dairy. And that's the bakery. Okay. And then across the street we have the pizzeria and the tailor shop, I believe. And then we have the corn dryer here and the grain mill. So yeah, we got some options going forward. I think we're going to be doing some real shake and bake moves here soon. I'm looking forward to it. Pacovia says, nice. Here it is 6:41 a.m. Holy smokes. So, hey, you're just an hour behind there, Pacovia. Ken then says, same here, Pacovia. Oh, man. Whew, whew, whew. All right, so I think we're in a good spot now. Let's go ahead. Yep, we got everything back here on the farm. Yeah, we took everything out of the back storage there for the bales. We put it up here in the cow barn. This is looking fantastic. I'm really stoked about this. Look at all that. Look at all those bales. 253 bales total. We've got 171 round bales of silage. We got 9,000 liters. 43 9,000 liter hay bales and 39 additional 7,500 liter bales of silage. So yeah, we are doing pretty darn good. And I should be getting some more TMR mixing up in here because we had a little bit overage going here. How's this looking? Oh yeah, look at that. Silage and hay making TMR. We've got 288,000 liters of that in here. We've got this chugging along. We've got some oranges, pineapples, lemons, and apples. We've got same thing chugging away over here. We've got pumpkins. We've got strawberries. we've got tomatoes, and we got lettuce cooking as well. So, yeah, we're doing all right. Let's see. Where was I? Pacovia says, where is that? To Ken. And then Ken says, I'm getting a lot of buffering on my end. Got nothing to do with your end. Gotcha, bud. Okay, so that makes sense as to why we're getting that kind of back feed there. That kind of delay from you. So that makes a lot of sense. Ken says New Zealand. Yes, Pacovia. Where do you live? I'm sorry. Jack says, where do you live? To Pacovia. And Ken says, pack. Let's see. Pacovia says to Ken, oh yes, but here is 6:46 a.m. and where you are at 6:46 p.m. Yes, there's a wee bit of a difference. Slovakia. Yeah, so we moved everything. All the bales that were in here are out. Now we have completed bales of productions here. So that is awesome. So yeah, we got a lot accomplished today. We got a ton accomplished. You figure we did the rest of field 24, got that planted. The rest of field 34, got that. Why is that flashing? Oh, it's because I got the contract for it. The fertilizing contract. So we got this planted, and we did the 3 harvesting or the mowing contracts for 40, 35, and 36. All in all, yeah, we did awesome. We did a lot today. I'm very, very happy with that. But I think this is going to be a good place for us to kind of jump off for the night because, like I said, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning my time. Yeah, it's late. It is late. But I had an absolute ball hanging out with y'all tonight. Fantastic time. Thank you all so very, very much coming out, stopping by. I want to, again, give a big shout out to all my Tier 2s and my Tier 1s, my channel members, just as a whole. Thank you all so much. Very, very much. I want to give a big shout out to all my subscribers. Like I said, we're rapidly approaching 1,500. We are right around the corner. At last check, we were at 1478. So we are just a handful away. Just a handful away from being at 1,500. So looking forward to that day. Yeah, I had an absolute ball hanging out with y'all tonight. I really hope that everybody has a fantastic night. Let me go ahead and give my signature sign off. I hope that everybody enjoyed it tonight. Enjoyed the live stream. If you did, please show them by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing that shows you're engaged with this channel, enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world. Take care.